Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox had last night off, but they'll resume what is now a 6-game homestand tonight at Fenway Park against the Philadelphia Phillies. Brian Bayo will pitch, but at a bulk roll right after an opener. Sox are 17-23 and in last place in the division. ESPN reported yesterday the Celtics were one of a handful of teams to reach out to Milwaukee at the trade deadline to discuss a possible deal involving Giannis Antetokounmpo. To that end, the Bucks are now reportedly open for business on the Giannis front with over a month to go before the draft. At the NBA playoffs, Oklahoma City held off the Lakers 115-110 to sweep that second-round series and head back to the Western Conference Finals. In Cleveland, the Cavaliers scored 22 straight points to begin the second half. They beat Detroit 112-103 to even up that series at 2 games apiece. The NBA has decided to neither fine or suspend Victor Wembanyama, this after his elbow got him ejected in the second quarter of San Antonio's loss in Minnesota 2 nights ago. 2 teams will play tonight, even at 2 games apiece. And at the Stanley Cup playoffs, Colorado beat Minnesota 5-2 to take a 3-1 series lead. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Deanne Van Lines. Take the chance out of your move and make the sure bet with Deanne Van Lines, an approved mover of the Department of Defense. DeanneVanLines.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
You actually coaching the game, or it's just
that is. I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston talk sports here.
What do we got?
Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
and Hardy
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
on 98.5.
Fingerman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides,
Kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Hardy
they're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Constitution. Science concept. Sacope.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, man, bring it.
Subscribe to 98.5. If you want to be alive, what you going to talk about?
Start some track blasting.
Skitted a lot to do. I don't even know what song this is. I know it's
Queens of the Stone
I know
Age?
it's Queens of the Stone Age, but remember when we first started, that we just let the listeners decide, and they picked Nicholas's song,
Yeah.
which I did not care for. It was an undeserved victory for Nicholas very early in the proceedings.
Thank goodness I wasn't part of the show then. Can you imagine the crap I would have thrown at you guys to have the show in?
Well, Hardy had a weird one. He had the madness. It was like a very heavy, like a very ska thing.
Yeah.
I think you would like that.
Do you remember Wallach's?
Yeah, it was all along the watchtower.
Everyone
Along the
remembers that
Watchtower.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted a nom feel. He wanted everyone to go like it's a 1970s nom film. Dude. I don't even remember what mine was. I think I had 2, but they weren't picked, and I don't remember precisely what they were because I don't know if I've listened to them ever again. But nonetheless, download the podcast anywhere you can get podcasts. If you happen to be in your automobile right now and you would like to hear the whole show, now, Jonathan.
Yes.
Everyone is being very persnickety. They're parsing their words. But apparently something is going on in your life. I don't know what's happening. I just know that I'm hearing drips and drabs. What's going on with you?
Every once in a while, I'll get asked to speak to students. You remember a few weeks ago, I went to Dean College.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cheating it. Yeah, right. You come to Emerson. Right.
I did.
It's 2-3 hours of your time. Not a big deal.
So I will.
I'll be on the cot. Yeah. Everyone, come in. Welcome in.
I do class slash office hours, same time.
Right.
So some of the kids might be getting up and coming in to talk about their quote unquote grade. I don't believe in grades.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Pass, fail, whatever.
All right, I'm going to hand two of you broads a script, and we're going to act this thing out.
Don't worry about that bed in the corner.
One of you could be Rocky Suarez. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Hey, Double Bubble, want to roll? Let's go. All right, Jonathan. So, yes, you do things. You talk to the youth.
Talk to the youth.
Everyone's looking for their next Isaac, right?
Right. So I was asked, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago to speak at my two sons' former middle school on career day. So I was
former middle school. So you were asked to come into where they're not currently attending school.
Correct. I was asked to speak at Kennedy Middle School in Natick for Career Day, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's named after RFK.
Yes, I'm sure it was. I'm not sure which Kennedy it was named after. Could be
RFK
JFK,
Jr.
RFK. I have no idea.
Rose.
Could be Rose. I don't know.
School uniform is a black dress.
So I was asked and I accepted. This is 6 weeks ago, and I hadn't heard back. And yesterday I was told I was not needed. And last night I found out why I was not needed. I have been replaced by Mark Capello, who works at this radio station. Mark will be speaking at Career Day instead of me tomorrow at that middle school.
Wait, whoa, okay. Does he have kids at that school?
I don't believe so. I don't think he does, no.
This is like that Seinfeld.
So
where you've been bumped for the science fair.
Mark Capello has worked either at the Sports Hub or WBCN for 25 years?
I was going to say 30.
Yeah, I mean, so I started at BCN in 03, and I think he had been there already because they had been doing the flagship stuff for the Patriots. So, yeah, let's say 25.
Mark Capello, if you go to Patriots games, you will see him sitting in between Bob Sosey and Scott Zolak.
Mm-hmm.
And he is technically the producer of the Patriots broadcast, one of the producers.
He does stuff for the Bruins as well.
Right.
Similar role.
But most notably, he is Zolak's get-back guy.
Yes.
So when there is a big play happening on the field and Bob is, doing the call, he will put his arm out and physically touch Scott to let him know, don't step on the call, don't talk over Bob, and when it's safe, do it. And he'll hand the pieces of paper back and forth to the two of them for their live commercial things that they have to do during the game. So
he's involved. He's actually involved in the play-by-play broadcast, unlike Jonathan.
I think
I see what you did there.
You cracked the code as to why he would be chosen over John.
Physically there, and I am not.
Which is an insult, really, to all of us, because John's role on this show is obviously inconsequential. They're looking for someone that's actively involved with play-by-play. Seemingly that is a more valuable profession than what we do every morning.
Right. Now, I don't want to blow up Capello's spot in terms of what he's going to be talking to his kids about, but he's got ideas that transcend sports and broadcast.
Yes. Yeah, he can't be contained by this medium.
Yeah,
no.
It's all about unity.
Yeah.
And environmentalism.
Tolerance.
Yes, that's what he loves. He's a Newton guy, too. I think he grew up in...
Well, he lives in Natick.
Oh, okay, but he grew up, I believe, in Newton because he's always bitching about Newton politics, and I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
I don't know who the mayor of Newton is. I don't know anything about what's going on there. But he has, it seems, encyclopedic knowledge of everything that's going on in Newton politically. I don't know anything. But Jonathan, how did you get usurped, and how did you find out?
I found out yesterday. I got an email yesterday, and then I was wondering why, because they hadn't been in contact with me ever since I said yes, and I figured, okay, let's find out. And then last night, I bumped into one of the teachers at the school, and I was discussing career day with him. And he said, yeah, we have this guy, and this guy. And Mark's name came up. I said, that is the reason. I don't think you have two guys involved in sports for career day. So Mark will be there, I guess, holding up the sports end of things tomorrow.
What an odd. How long have you been planning to do this with you?
6 weeks.
And they just canceled you out of the blue.
Never heard back from them. I mean, I was wondering as we got closer to the date, I'd never heard back from them, so I finally reached out, and that was the answer I got. The correct phrase I believe we got was off the hook. So I was off the hook. I did not have to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's so odd. What a clumsy way of handling things. Honestly, that's fairly insulting. They ask you to do something, you agree to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking your own time. You set aside the time, and then they don't even bother getting back to you. But then you reach out and they tell you, by the way, yeah, we don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. It's very poorly run. Like, forget about the Capello angle of it. It's just like, why because I've heard you talk about this before. You were planning on doing it.
Yes.
And then they just, well, it lends a lot of, you should be very happy your kids went to that school.
Maybe
They're obviously buttoned up over there.
Maybe we bump what we had planned for 8, and instead we let John deliver his address and his prepared remarks.
I had no prepared
And that
remarks.
way, if the kids are on their way to school, maybe we should do it at 7. Yeah, maybe at 7, you just do that, John. And that way the kids get both.
Right. I remember. It's interesting. I asked my son, one of my kids, yesterday. Did you listen to the show? We did this during the show. Did you listen to go? He goes, no, I don't listen to you at all.
No.
Do you think that Capello could be there to see if people are citizens,
or maybe to groom or maybe to groom them to lean a certain way?
I don't love the word groom, but I.
My mistake.
Sorry. I don't think Capello likes that either.
My mistake. I apologize.
There is a certain person, sadly, who's no longer with us, who was making inroads in a lot of schools in America with his turning point, and I think maybe Capello is trying to keep that going. Maybe trying to get some new chapters started. So he'll.
So Capello will sit there and he'll earnestly debate while they're there. Yes, indeed. Yeah, well, what a hackneyed approach to asking people to help. I mean, that's... I don't know why they wouldn't just be like, oh, yeah, hey, we really appreciate you wanting to come in. Absolutely. We have... just leave it open-ended. We have, I think that, just make it up. We have 3 parents coming in of kids that are in the class. We obviously love to have you, but, you don't, some parsing of it where you could come in if you want to,
right,
but you don't have to come in if you don't want to. Some way of, some decorum. Very odd the way that they handled that thing.
So this is kind of interesting, though, because career day... John, obviously you've been asked to speak at it. I've done these, a couple of times over the years. So it is a thing, but do you ever remember having that in school? Like as a kid, like other your friends' parents coming in to talk to you about what they did for a living?
No, and to my knowledge, it never happened in my kids' school. Now they could have just not asked me to do it, and my kids never told me about it. I only know career day from TV. From sitcom tropes where, they King of Queens or something when they have career day and it's, full of laughs. No, I didn't know that they really did that. I did host a fundraiser for the elementary school.
I remember you had a problem with that.
No, I didn't.
Or there was something about a birdhouse.
Oh, no, I didn't host that. Oh, yeah, okay.
You were on stage.
That was nursery school. Oh, yeah. I did
It's a good story.
Well, for the big one for Bowen, the reason that one was good is because I stayed sober and everyone else got drunk, so it was like a very rare perspective of like seeing how people behave. Like people were crying and stuff like that.
I get to feel a little superior too.
A little bit. I just remember like Milo was really young. My daughter wasn't even going to Bowen yet, and it was like a big auction. My ex-wife had put it together, like this big auction, like trips to Europe, like real big stuff. And I was like, okay, so I got to stay sober because I don't know these people. It's like a big drinking thing. So I was like, because you want people loosened up to bid on stuff. And like, it was just funny. Like women were like super flirtatious and there was crying and over bidding on things. And it was just like a very interesting perspective because normally I would be in the scrum and that I was on a stage watching like all these people were normally I'd be the drunk one. It was very fascinating from that perspective. But there was an event, very small event, at my daughter's nursery school when she was in nursery school, and it was a very low rent auction. And this is an insult to the elementary school, but it wasn't like big market items, and it was only say 30 people at this thing, and some parents had made some birdhouses. And so I'm selling birdhouses to people, essentially. So I'm making light of it. If I recall correctly, and this was, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, I'm making like jokes kind of like, just come on, this is for the school. What do you want? It's a birdhouse, like something like that, right? It's in front of 30 people. I figured this is a group of friends. And this guy goes, "You mock the birdhouses."
No.
I made the birdhouses. You mock the birdhouses. And it became like this whole thing. And like very confrontational and very strange. And then the school handled it as if this was like a two-way situation where I was somehow implicit in this dust up.
You started it.
And
it's
I was
your
like,
fault.
and like, I just remember being in Newton Center, like going to breakfast and talking to someone from the school and being like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You asked me to host something stupid thing. I got up there with this dumb crap and in front of 30 people that they're all parents of kids in the class. What the hell's going on? It's in like a cafeteria. What the F is going? Like I said, what the F is going? What the F are you talking about? Leave me alone. I don't want to do any of this. Like it was like weird and uncomfortable, and I don't like it. I don't care what I did. I don't care what you think about what I did. You can't have hecklers at a effing auction. I don't care what I did. Like literally anything I did. There's no kids there. I could have gone up there and done a Jerky Boys routine. Screw you. Just everyone sit down and shut up. How about that? And I'll talk. You idiots.
Did they ask you back the next year?
That was her last year there.
Oh, all right.
That's too bad.
No, I'm guilt-free about that. I mean, it's like, seriously, I mean, you can relate. Like, I'm up in front of 30 people, big deal. I don't care what I did. I don't care if I whipped it out. Shut up. Sit down and shut up. That's all.
That's a fun night, yeah. That's the vibe.
I tried to make it fun, but apparently you can't insult the birdhouses.
No. You say birdhouse, all I can think about is having Aaron the King Wizard come in and build a birdhouse for us once on the WBCN night show because he said he was a master carpenter. So we had a birdhouse kit and just all the pieces were like, all right, master carpenter, put this together.
You sweet bitch.
That's right. So Robbie and I sat there and heckled him for 2 hours while he was putting this thing together.
I'll give you a train, all right. 9 motherfuckers. against your like a freak.
Oh, I wish I could have hosted it the next year and had him up with me. And had
This right here.
and had him sell the birdhouses.
He was the best.
$20, you sweet. I'll make you my wife.
You white mother effers.
Yeah.
Too many white people in this room.
Yeah, he did not like white. From what I understand, he did not like white people, and the threat was always male on male sex was going to be your punishment.
I'll give you a train, all right. 9 against your like a freak bitch.
Yeah, he loved it. He loved threatening to sodomize people.
Oh, he would have been. He and who's our friend who's out of jail and doing the podcast circuit. They would get along famously. Fleece Johnson.
Oh yeah, Fleece.
Who I do question his ability to make me have sex with him. Fleece Johnson of all people.
Kiss this right here, you sweet bitch. It's sexy.
John, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so someone from the school definitely heard your conversation about the cartwheel / death spiral last week and backpedal big time.
Oh, Wallach, yes.
That's where the shunning came from.
Yeah, they're afraid that it's mating season. It is the spring and pollen is in the air, and that means that the John's kind, they do mate. Death spiral. What the heck? Why'd you shun me?
Sex plunge.
Maybe you're lucky that they canceled it, because now, you did bring up. I had forgotten about the bird. I chose to remember the good one, and I see if it's an event. That's
the birdhouse is such a good story.
The last time I did one of those, Fred, I used to do it for my kids' elementary school at the Linden in West Roxbury. And we had a lot of fun. I knew a lot of the parents in the room, and I really thought I killed it, to the point where they had me come back and do it 1 year after we had moved. But that last year, one of the things to auction off was the gym teacher, who was this young man, this strapping young man, who would host it like a gym class for a day for your kid's birthday party. He would come set up, like games and stuff and obstacles. And the bidding wasn't getting high enough, so I instructed him to take his shirt off up on stage in front of all the moms and started getting it. I think that was also the year maybe Mayor Walsh had stopped by, and they said, Mayor is just here to support, the Linden community. He's not going to, say any words. And I said, okay. And I get up there, and the first thing I do is like, Marty, get up here, you son of a bitch. Come on, you want to talk to the people.
This guy's working blue.
Yeah.
He's got guys taking his shirt off, and he gets away unscathed.
Well, they didn't have me back after that. That was the last one I ever did.
I mean, you were working fast and loose. I didn't do anything like that. I can assure you that. I don't remember exactly what I said. I know I was just making fun of the hey, parents, we get it. This is stupid, these birdhouses, but let's go. We're all adults here.
You mock the birdhouses.
That's exactly what it was. The accusation was, it wasn't that there's no kids. It's all just the parents of the kids.
You should refer to them as avian sanctuaries.
This is not far off. There's no thing I did it's the cafeteria. There's 30 people. They're all parents.
Yeah.
I'm auctioning off birdhouses. There's no microphone. I'm just talking.
Right.
It was ludicrous. Just shut up. My God. Sit there. Everyone should want to leave. That should be everyone's goal, is leaving. Boy, did that piss me off. Now you got me going. And then they acted like it was partially my fault. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? Thanks a lot. I wouldn't have gone to this thing, let alone hosted it. And now I got hecklers and I didn't react to the guy. I was just like, huh? What's going on?
Have you ever seen that guy? Did he live?
You'll never see these people again on the planet. You know that. I mean, come on, John.
Go to a town meeting.
It's
a town meeting. It's like once a year they come out.
Right. It's like I have friends who's have little kids, and they're like, I don't get along with this person at soccer. I go, you'll never see these people on the planet again. Use soccer and these dumb events when they're little bring people together that you will never, ever run across again in your entire life. Their kids go to basketball with sweaters and button-down shirts and jeans on. I mean, there's real maniac families. You're never going to see them again. They live on a different plane of existence. It's really quite odd. They love marathons. That I can tell you. You've never seen more marathon jackets in your life than at a youth soccer game. And then you'll never see these people again. They're too busy running around and talking about the marathons that they run. Ugh. And you had the bringing the mayor up and having people take their shirts off, and everyone sat there and behaved.
Well,
Marty,
Coach Zach, man, he was a hunk.
Marty, you son of a bitch.
And everyone behaved. Everyone behaved for Hardy. Hardy had a nice audience. He didn't have some crazy-ass Russian guy or something yelling and screaming at him.
Are you saying that the crowd unjustly persecuted you?
All I know is if I was in the crowd, the guy could do anything, and I would shut up. I just would sit there. I'm not going to heckle the guy that's... What, are you out of your mind? It's so stupid. And then as soon as your kids get to a certain age, all these people disappear and everything gets somewhat normal. You're dealing with, like, fringes of society at that age. Real maniacs that you'll never see again. Like, I'm not joking. It's like hateful psychos.
Sociopaths.
Real maniacs.
All the sociopaths are parents of elementary school-age children.
You understand what I'm saying? Everything kind of evens out, like as the kids get older, and like people,
They really do.
People go to the respected corners, and everyone like kind of stays away.
You okay?
No, it was like, it wasn't even the guy. It was like afterwards, they were acting like there was like some kind of discussion of, I don't even remember what the discussion was. I just remember being perplexed as I do this for a living. What are you talking about? Like, you're not allowed to yell at me. Like, what's going on? Like, how about this? We forget any of this happened and we just all shut up, you idiots. Stupid co-op school. Ugh.
Kiss this right here.
Yeah.
Sweet bitch.
Hardy's got people having sex on stage. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. All right. Very good. We'll be back in just a moment.
You sweet bitch.
Did you catch the game last night?
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what is going on?
All right, NBA playoffs last night, Eastern Conference. Detroit Pistons visiting the Cleveland Cavaliers. With that, the Pistons up 2-1 in that series. Cade Cunningham exerting his alpha male status there in the first quarter.
Stars doubled. Back to Duncan, left corner. Outside to Cade. This is the long gun on the way and down. And the Pistons now lead them 3-2.
So there you go. There's the first bucket of the game, and the Pistons would hold the lead at halftime. Now, interesting to note that the Cavaliers did score the last few points of the second quarter. All right? So, momentum after a field goal or two heading into the locker room, apparently, because they would come out in the third quarter and dominate.
Duncan Robinson makes this a 9-point game at 82-73. Harden, left wing three. Perfect! James Harden says, I'll match your three with a long ball of my own.
That would be the Cleveland in the midst of I believe a 24-0 run that went from the last few seconds of the first half through the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. What did you say, 22 straight points to start the second half, John?
Yeah, they got 2 free throws at the end of the first half, and then they scored the first 22 of the second half.
Oh. Okay, so what happened what Cleveland did is there's twofold what happened to the Pistons. Well, threefold. Well, Donovan Mitchell went off and James Harden couldn't miss. But aside from that, they somehow have confused the Pistons by doubling Cade Cunningham right away. And it's thrown them into complete disarray. And they don't know how to handle that offensively. And then second, Asar Thompson, they were calling fouls on him at the beginning of the game that you were just like, huh? And it completely screwed him. He got screwed up the entire game.
Didn't Duren get into foul trouble too?
Well, Asar Thompson Duren got into foul trouble later in the game, but Asar Thompson got 2 quick fouls called on him. He only played 19 minutes in that game, and he was a disaster. So this LeVert kid comes in, and he scores. He's the only one for the team that can score.
You got the good LeVert instead of the bad LeVert.
But the thing is that that's not how you're going to win games.
Yeah.
So they got to regroup and figure out how they're going to – because Cunningham's the only guy who can reliably score for them. And if they take care of him, they have no other options. So they're going to have to figure something out. I don't think Cleveland rolls off 4 wins in a row. There has to be a solution. But for 2 games now, they've just doubled – they have someone on Cunningham from the minute they inbound, and then as soon as he crosses half court, they double him. And they stop him, and then they scramble. Duren can't score. Thompson can't score at all. So you got 2 guys on the floor that can't score. So they're completely relying on Robinson, who took 2 shots yesterday.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson, that was the only 3 he hit. That was the only shot he made.
And then in Tobias Harris. And Tobias Harris can't be your second scorer on a playoff
Smart
team.
move by
we'll
Cleveland.
See. So yeah, but you would think that you could draw something up to, if you know what they're doing, you could draw something up to.
You got whiteboards.
Yeah, to somehow figure out how you're gonna.
Yeah.
But there's no whiteboard solution for the officiating problem. So says J.B. Bickerstaff.
It's unacceptable. It is. We didn't do enough, obviously, to help ourselves, and I'll start there. But, ever since we came to Cleveland, the whistle has changed. There's no way that one guy on their team shoots more free throws than our team. We're not a settle team. We're not a jump shooting team. We drive the ball, attack the paint. So what was done out there tonight, it's frustrating.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, again,
you look at that. Usually, you look at coaches that bitch and moan about the officiating. Like, all right, Cleveland got called for 15 fouls. Detroit got called for 27 fouls, and the free throw discrepancy. Cleveland shot 34 free throws. Detroit shot 12.
Right.
So there is a complaint there.
Well, no, and I told you, it's like when you're a pitcher and you're a ground ball pitcher and they don't call low strikes, and you're just like, well, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how I'm going to adjust to this. Thompson had what looked like 2 clean blocks, and right at the beginning of the game, and they called fouls, and it completely threw him out of sync, and it changed the way that the Pistons operated defensively. Now, a 23-0 run, you got to stop them defensively, but there were times during that run where the Pistons stopped them, and they go to the other end of the floor, and it was just chaos. So, like it was as much them struggling offensively as it was Cleveland going off offensively.
Yeah, and Bickerstaff was referring to the fact that Donovan Mitchell himself had 15 free throw attempts, and as you just said, John, the Pistons had a total of 12.
Yeah, there's off-ball fouls. Like I don't know. Maybe the Webb. I was thinking just maybe the Wembanyama thing. The league was all like, don't allow anything. Like, get real in there.
Yeah.
And Cleveland's kind of like pussy team, and the Pistons have pushed people around, and I'm wondering if somehow they got into the officials' heads, because I listened to Blaha the first half of the first quarter because I was driving around, and
that was cruising.
I was just driving around Newton, just with the windows down. Exactly. I was looking for chicks, just looking for chicks. They say, yep. I mean, you don't buy a Bronco if you're not gonna, try to catch some tail on Monday night.
P-Wagon.
Absolutely. I was like, Zoe, get in the back seat.
Yeah. I'm so slide down in your seat a little bit.
I'm like, get in the back seat because Dad's gonna hunt some tail while I'm driving you back to your mom's house.
Pull some strange.
But Blaha was like, okay, well, the Pistons are screwed. He was saying that 5 minutes into the game. He's like, they're screwed. They're calling stuff that you can't call, and you get 2 quick fouls. You're your best defensive player, and there you are. It goes on from there. So Bickerstaff, I believe, was justified. And I'll tell you, it's entertaining when a team takes 34 free throws. It's really entertaining.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good game to watch.
Especially when it's just put the ball in the basket and then you stop it all the time. It's a lot of fun.
So does Detroit win the series or not?
Yeah, I think they probably win the series. I do, because if I can figure out what's going on, then certainly I would hope that the Pistons can figure out what's going on.
But the question is, and you've been on this for a long time, you said this far before the playoffs started, they're basically a one-man team with a bunch of other guys way in the back seat there. So can Detroit do it despite the fact that they know what's going on? Do they have the personnel to do it?
I think that they're better than Cleveland, but I think that they will win the series because they have home court, but I don't know.
Here's the problem.
Certainly a push.
In a series like this where it gets down to a best 2 of 3, or God forbid for Detroit, a game 7, and the other team has the most explosive scorer, that's the danger. Donovan Mitchell, I think, scored 39 points in the second half.
Yeah, but Cunningham in the 2 wins went off in the fourth quarter. He struggled in game 2 for 3 quarters and then couldn't miss in the fourth, and he was basically their entire offense, and they were doubling him then, and he just got off. Cunningham can be that guy too.
Cunningham is a great player. He's an all-NBA
but he's not,
player. But he's not the scorer that Mitchell is.
I get it, but he has proven in this series and in the Orlando series that for the fourth quarter that he can dominate. And I agree, Donovan Mitchell's a better scorer, but Cunningham has shown it. Look, what do I know? All I know is that I certainly don't think that the Pistons are in an incredible amount of trouble. I mean, they lost 2 in Cleveland. Okay. I mean, did you think the Pistons were going to sweep the series? I mean, no. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons go and beat Cleveland by 10 points tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland. I hate to play the fence, but yes, I do think the Pistons will win this series. By how much? 51%. I think 1%. I mean, honestly, I didn't watch that game. I didn't watch game 3 or 4 and go, wow, Cleveland's so much better than the Pistons. No. This is a joke. I mean, the Pistons should have gotten killed in game 3. They were getting destroyed. And they were losing by 17 points, like with very little time left in the third, and they came back and took the lead.
No, there's no doubt Detroit is not just a little bit better. Detroit, if you look at the roster, is a much better team. But now that we're here and it's the best 2 out of 3, weird things tend to happen.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah. But the Pistons have home court. They're supposed to be the better team. Cunningham has proven a lot this playoffs. So I would give them a 51% chance of winning. I don't know what else to tell you. I can't prognosticate. I am paying attention to this series, and I do know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot I am not any kind of J.D. Bickerstaff. I can tell you the officiating was terrible. That I can tell you. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox had last night off. They opened up a 3-game series with the Philadelphia Phillies at Fenway Park tonight. ESPN reported yesterday Celtics were one of a handful of teams to reach out to Milwaukee and to discuss a possible trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And to that end, Shams Charania is reporting the Bucks are now reportedly open for business on the Giannis front. Stanley Cup playoffs, Colorado beat Minnesota 5-2 to take a 3-1 series lead. And late last night in L.A., defending champion Oklahoma City swept the Lakers in 4 straight games, 115-110. Victor Wembanyama not suspended, not fined for his flying elbow 2 nights ago. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by IBEW 103 and Nika Electrical Contractors. IBEW 103 celebrating 125 years of power in Greater Boston. To find a qualified contractor for your next electrical, telecom, or security project today, visit thepowerprofessionals.org. I'm John Wallach at Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7 o'clock.
You're listening to Toucher. that, but make sure you bring the Sports Hub app with you so you can hear more of Toucher and Hardy.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
On the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy, and the NFL schedule release is happening on Thursday, but you will hear drips and drabs as it comes out. But if you like Sunday afternoon football, clear your schedule. Your Sundays are wide open late in the season because the NFL is really having some fun. So Thanksgiving weekend, there's a game on that Wednesday.
Yep.
Then there's 3 games on Thanksgiving. Then there's a game on Black Friday. So that's effing 5 games before Sunday.
That's only one extra, right? They had a game on Black Friday last year and 3 games on Thanksgiving Day. The Wednesday thing's new.
All I'm saying is that, and then there has to be a game on Sunday night. So that's 6 games that aren't Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So the 1 o'clock slate that day game week is not going to be super fun. And then the new thing, though, is Christmas is a real-ass show because they have a game on Christmas Eve, which is Thursday. Then they have 3 games on Christmas. So that's another week where you're going to get just a bunch of crap on Sunday, which is really a shame because the best thing about the NFL is you don't feel like a loser sitting home on a Sunday. And they're taking that away. They're making us all feel like losers.
Just the NFL, what makes it special, and it was made it special all these years, is it's one day. You sit in, there's a Monday night game too, but it's one day. You prepare all week for it. You're psyched for it. Now the NFL is almost every day. And it's too much. You know, you want to miss it a little bit. It's the anticipation that really gets you ready for it.
But at least in my experience, and I hear this from other people too on the radio and things, is that I'm more likely at a Sunday at 1 o'clock to kind of flip around and watch random games than I certainly am on a Thursday night at 8:30. I mean, if there's 2 teams I could give a rat's ass about, I'm not gonna watch it. It would take a really special matchup for me to just sit down and watch 3 hours of football on a Thursday night. And then they think just because it's Christmas Eve that somehow you're locked in, like you're trapped at home and you're just going to watch anything. You had that special thing. I realized that most years the Lions are garbage and that, you know, that was forever the noon game. Now they keep pushing it back and pushing it back. But the noon game on Thanksgiving, and that was wallpaper for people. But at least it was a tradition, and you just knew it was happening, and there was some kind of solace in that. But now they just keep jamming it in, and now what made the NFL, in my opinion, they did it to the draft too, is that Sunday afternoon, it was a fun day. You had an excuse. You were the more games that are on, the more variety there is, and the more fun it is to watch. But I'll tell you this: is just because it's Christmas Eve, I'm not, and just because I happen to maybe be home, doesn't mean I'm watching whatever crap you put on my plate.
Well, between that and all of your church visits that time of year,
I do go to. My mother sings in the choir. I do go to church. I forgot to call my mother on Mother's Day.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I did. And then because they had been in town for a week and I was flying back from Detroit, so I got all mixed up. And then I called my mom and she didn't answer, so I called the house phone and my dad answered and I said, forgot to call Mom on Mother's Day. And he goes, I know.
Oh,
and I went, oh, no.
That's bad.
But they had been in town. I mean, they'd been in town for
Did you give her a Mother's Day gift while she was here?
No.
Oh, boy.
No, I didn't buy her a Mother's Day gift.
Okay.
I bought her a present for her birthday. Mother's Day gift was the 7 meals I bought them. How about that?
Doesn't count. You know it.
No, when you're 84, you should demand a trinket from your son, your 51-year-old son.
Jewelry, electronics.
Right, because everyone knows what to get an 84-year-old woman.
Yeah.
What'd you get your mom?
This is where you really missed out not having a sibling. My sister this year brilliantly said, Mom has always wanted, never had anyone to come in and clean. My mother is a very, very clean person herself. Her home is spotless.
It's almost a problem.
Yeah, one would think. Yeah, it could be. But she's not weird about it. It's just she keeps a very, very clean home. But she's always wanted someone to come in and do what? I don't know. There's nothing to clean. But my sister said, hey, why don't we get a cleaning person for Mom and just do it for, a year or something. That'll be Mother's Day gift. I said, great idea. And the woman came in once and said, okay, I don't need to come more than once a month. I'll be here for like half an hour. I'm like, great. What's the total cost? I'll split it with you, sis. So that's what we did.
Yeah, I forgot to call my mother. I felt very bad about it. I talked to her yesterday. I apologized. We're on good terms.
One thing to get to here before we finish up the Lakers series, as we figured would be over after last night, as Oklahoma City Thunder, although it was tied with about 40 seconds to go.
Double, down the lane, Harnstein, lobs, inside Holmgren, catching, pump fakes, James, spins, dunks, Thunder by one, Chet Holmgren, don't be so mean, a thundering two-hand send-down.
Yeah, there's no listening to that. I understand you're in Oklahoma City and that there's not a lot.
A thundering two-hand, come on.
It's too much. I find it very difficult to believe that the fans of that team like that guy. It's too much. We all know it. They know it. You play people for rubes, but there's the internet and things. Society has changed. You can only be so far removed. I mean, they know. There's no way that people in Oklahoma City like that guy. In fact, I'm sure if we did a little digging, we could find plenty of solid insults directed his way via Oklahoma City-based websites and things of that nature. Because it's too many words. You know it and I know it. It's no mystery. John, you do play-by-play. That's too many words.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's like you're the eyes for the audience.
Yeah.
You're doing it on the radio. Your job is to be the eyes of the audience. It's not to jazz it all up. It's very boring. And who does they even have a color guy?
I don't know the answer
I've
to
never
that.
heard him in one of those clips.
I don't know.
LeBron James after the game, not remarkably, not saying what's going to happen next.
You guys asked me about it, and I've answered questions. Yeah, I don't think I've come out like, oh, retirement is coming. I mean, with my future, I don't know, obviously. I mean, this is obviously we're still fresh from, obviously losing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me, obviously, as it stands right now tonight. I got a lot of time. I'll sit back like I think I said it last year after we lost, I think, to Minnesota, to go back and recalibrate with my family and talk with them and spend some time with them. And then when the time comes, obviously, you guys know.
The thing about LeBron, obviously, he's 41. He's going to be 42 next season. He can still play. He's still far and away the best player on that team. He isn't. He can't play for as long, but he's still a great player. So I would think retirement has to do with where the Lakers go.
Well, the Lakers aren't going to keep him, and so apparently the Lakers aren't keeping him, and he would make league minimum if he went or around league minimum or veterans minimum, whatever it is. If he went somewhere else except for Cleveland. Apparently, I read a long article about it like 2 months ago, is that Cleveland, for whatever reason, could absorb a deal for LeBron James. Like they have some kind of salary structure where guys are leaving where they could take LeBron James back. But if he wanted to go to Golden State or he wanted to go to any other kind of contender, he wouldn't get paid.
Maybe Cleveland has one of those trade exceptions like the Celtics do.
For whatever reason, it was Cleveland. It was like the Lakers aren't going to keep him, and that he would have, because it was a big story about the Buss family, and then it segued into the future of LeBron James, because that organization's all, with the ownership is all in flux and screwing around, so they can't keep him. So it's not going to be. It's a long way from the decision. His options are fairly limited, apparently, unless he wants to go play, for very little money somewhere.
It would be nice if Jim Gray could somehow insert himself again, though.
Well, he's too busy with that museum that no one cares about in Vegas.
At the Fontainebleau, sure.
Yeah.
Legends. or whatever it is.
I'm in Vegas. Let's go walk to the Fontainebleau and take a tour of a
Spend
small
$30.
museum. Yeah,
lots of openings, lots of availability.
Tom Brady's really coming off likable in his retirement. It's a lot of fun with him. 3.5 hour roast, apparently. He was a big dud at it. And he didn't even stay on the dais so he could be made fun of. He got out of Dodge. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
But as a reliever after an opener, Zach Wheeler starts for the visitors in the beginning of this 3-game series. And after a rough start, the Phillies have won 9 of 12 to get to within 3 games of 500 entering this evening. ESPN reported yesterday the Celtics are one of 5 teams to reach out to Milwaukee at the trade deadline to discuss a possible deal involving Giannis Antetokounmpo. Shams Charania is also reporting the Bucks are open for business on the Giannis trade front right now. The NBA playoffs are continuing. Oklahoma City beat the Lakers 115-110 to sweep LA and head back to the Eastern Conference Finals. In Cleveland, the Cavaliers scored 22 straight points to begin the second half. They beat Detroit 112-103 to even up that series at 2 games apiece. The NBA has decided to neither fine or suspend Victor Wembanyama. This after his elbow got him ejected in the second quarter of San Antonio's loss in Minnesota 2 nights ago. That series even at 2 games apiece. Game 5 is tonight. And at the Stanley Cup Finals, Colorado beat Minnesota 5-2. Avalanche lead the Wild 3-1. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by East Coast Metal Roofing. Never, ever replace your roof again. It's East Coast Metal Roofing's Spring into Savings event, where Sports Hub listeners get 10% off the new roof that's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Call 844-611-ECMR or eastcoastmetalroofing.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
The Sports Hub. 3 legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub.
Oh boy, I guess it's time for more Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And don't look now, but it's time for a fun list.
Oh, is it time for a fun list?
Yeah, he forgot that we had a list open.
No, I didn't forget that we had a list. I just forgot what thing I put the list in.
We've got a list. We got another list. A list you can't resist. 'Cause we've got lists and lists and lists. Lists.
Oh, yes, we have lists. It's very exciting. A big-time list. The internet loves lists. They put them up like there's nobody's business.
Listicles.
They were a big... listen, that's where we found out about Castle Island's fries. When the station's internet strategy was... the company's internet strategy was just to pump out content regardless of quality.
What if it's crap?
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
And you got things like the Castle Island. You have to have the fries with vinegar or don't. They're great either way.
Yeah.
Lines like that. And now with AI, I mean, you really could have been. That was just pre-AI. Now if it was just pumping out stuff. Jeez, can you imagine? Holy moly. I mean, it take you 10 seconds of work every day. You had to write those by hand at the time.
Well, somebody put some thought into this, in some cases not quite enough, as Consequence has come up with the best guitar riffs of the 21st century so far. Obviously, we're only 26 years or so into the 21st century, but they have come up with what they feel are the best guitar riffs from popular and rock music so far. And it would be one thing to just sit here and try and guess what they are, but it would be much more fun to have young Nicholas provide his own version of said best guitar riff and see if you are able to identify what guitar riff he is performing.
I don't like when they do these lists based on the last 25 years because it makes me feel old.
You're gonna know a lot more of these than you think.
No, I know I will, but it's just that when you think of great guitar riffs, your mind harkens back to before the turn of the century generally. You think, I mean, of the era of classic rock and metal. Those are very riff-based, genres. It's not that way anymore, but I will do my best.
Now, the first one is an absolute layup, just to give you an idea of how this game is going to go. Fred, if I were you, I would acquiesce to John on all of these because I'm guessing you're going to get every single one.
Okay, very
So it's
good.
really more of a contest for John. Okay, but John, you'll get this one right away.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, I should have mentioned that young Nicholas's baby was with him while he was recording these, so you'll hear the baby crying and cooing in the background.
What's
several
going
times.
on with Nicholas with that baby?
All right.
It's like they can't handle it. It seems to be causing a lot of problems.
Can I get 5 minutes to myself? No, take the baby.
Yeah, it's just like
It's all about the baby.
Well, it's the baby's
Come look at the
exquisite.
baby.
The baby's what was it? Exquisite that he said.
Yeah.
Come look at the baby.
Breathtaking.
Breathtaking. The baby's breathtaking. All right.
It's okay. It's okay.
7 Nation on it.
There you go.
It's okay. It's okay.
You got to tell the baby it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the baby's a little confused, and then you go, "It's okay," and the baby's like, "Huh? Yeah, Dad says it's okay."
Sure, and everything is all right. All right,
And
very good,
certainly
Jonathan.
the chaos of this home isn't. Certainly, I'd like to meet my paternal grandfather if I could, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I would like to do, if I could.
My grandfather is a strange.
If you'd like to.
Strange. 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 Nicholas, it's not okay. Ah.
I am estranged from my father.
Ah. Oh, strange. Ah. That's not the baby. That's your soul. Ah. Yeah, Nicholas. Let me see the baby. Come on, Nicholas. Come to the North End.
Father's Day's coming up.
Oh,
that's right.
Don't forget to send a card or call, like I did. And I'm an only child.
It was related to me last night that I'll actually be in that wedding in the Ozarks for
cool.
Father's Day weekend, which also happens to be U.S. Open weekend. So traveling on Friday during round 2, wedding on Saturday, round 3,
Yeah.
and traveling back late Sunday.
I'm sure
probably getting on the airplane, no access to a television right as the leaders are
There are
coming up 18.
There are TVs in the Branson airport. You should be able to watch just fine.
What network is the game?
NBC, generally, U.S. Open.
Because there's always a network the plane doesn't have live access.
Well, especially the planes that you have to take in and out of the heartland. A lot of
Oh, well,
those
if you're
don't have-
flying out of the Ozark, the flight that you take to get to the real airports, it will most certainly is not going to have televisions on it.
All right, Jonathan, see if you can get this one.
I know this song. I can't.
I know it.
It sounds like one at the beginning, but that's not it.
Oh, it's
not.
not.
It's what do you think it is?
Green Day.
It is not.
See, that I would have gotten there, but it's not Green Day. I don't know.
Can we give them a hint, Hardy?
Sure.
This was on a very popular playlist last week that was circulating.
A lot of these songs were.
All right.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
On a Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini playlist.
That's Papa Roach then.
It's okay.
Nice
It's
job.
okay.
That the guy from Papa Roach is singing about his suicide, and Diana Rossini put that on her Spotify playlist for Mike Vrabel, which is, she said, "Here's my loving playlist. Here's a little song about suicide," which would be a bit of a red flag.
Or it has been theorized that half the songs were Diana's and the other half were Mike's, which makes it even more romantic.
But what brain dead idiot puts Papa Roach's Last Resort on a playlist for their lover?
Well, either Mike Vrabel or Diana Rossini. I'm not sure which one.
It's not someone. It's not a patron of the arts. I can tell you that much.
Well, Jonathan, as a means to get you another point here, another song from said playlist.
Jesus, I can't think of it.
Oh my God,
I can't.
John, that's easy.
I know it's easy, and for some reason I'm blanking on it.
It played constantly.
I know.
It's horrible. I can tell you, it's a terrible, terrible song.
What is it? What is it? Why can't I think of this?
I'm almost would just sit here in silence until you do. I mean, it's almost impossible that you don't know that song.
Of course, I know the song for some reason.
What band? I mean, just say the band. It's easy. They're omnipresent. It never stops.
Foo Fighters.
Nah, it's not a bad guess. But it's the other band that's omnipresent. There's 2 rock bands. They're older than me. Both of them. One's the Foo Fighters. The other one's what? The Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're older than me. I didn't mean to say it there.
Yeah,
but, yeah, that's can't stop.
It's okay. It's okay.
And then you think the song, you hear that, and you go, well, why is the song so bad? And you go, well, you haven't heard the singer. And then he comes in.
Yeah.
That band could have been. Imagine like if Mike Patton was the singer of the Red Hot Chili
They
Peppers.
had an actual guy who could
They
sing.
were part of the same scene, kind
Well,
of.
no, they weren't, and they hate each other. They Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's true.
Kept Faith No More off of many tours because Mike Patton was making fun of him, and he would pee on. Mike Patton was a bit of a fecophiliac. He would put poo in the hair dryers at hotels. So when you pulled out the hair dryer, and he would pee on things, like the lyric sheets of bands. And then, so Mr. Bungle did a show in Detroit where they...
Sounds like one of those guys that's leaving time on the microwave. That is a frat boy style prank right there.
Well, he would leave poo in the microwave. That's another thing that he did.
But he would also leave a couple of seconds left on the timer.
Yes,
yeah,
that's exactly what he would do.
Added prank.
So he was that, and so they played in Detroit, and they did a set entirely on Halloween as the Red Hot Chili Peppers, including using syringes and things like that to mock them. And then Anthony Kiedis got Mr. Bungle kicked off of all these festival dates. So they really don't like each other. And they did not come out of the same scene, you idiot. The Faith No More is a Northern California band. I roll.
John, one of the bands that Fred mentioned there is he was desperately trying to give you a point in this game. That's the band that you will hear now.
That's Foo Fighters.
What song?
Yeah, we know
All My
that.
Life.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just have Nick do this forever.
Well, the baby fell asleep. He's almost doing the bass in that.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Is it okay? How would I know?
You say bass?
Through the looking glass.
You say bass, Fred? I got a little bass here for you.
Lust for Life.
I actually think I might have this one. Is this Jet?
Wow.
What's the name of the song? Hang on.
So I went through a thing with the station when there was a band I really didn't want to interview. I would have my fiance interview them.
Yeah.
And she interviewed Jet, and she just said, like, do you get any money from stealing it from Iggy Pop? Like, from the Stooges, did they give it? That was the only question she asked him. She said, I mean, this is just how that got recorded and put out for mass sale. I mean, it's Lust for Life. It just is.
How does George Harrison get sued, but Jet doesn't?
I mean, that's just Lust for Life. The drum is the same. The bass is the same. It's the same song. It's the same recording technique. Everything is the same.
Now, I will be very impressed if John gets this one. Foo Fighters, All My Life, song that gets played at Bruins games, I believe, still.
All right.
Another song that gets played at Bruins games. If you get the title, I'll be impressed.
It's Audio Slave.
Yes.
Cochise.
Wow.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, let me see the baby. Where is strange? Coaches. More like no peace for your father.
No peace.
No peace.
John, you're doing much better than I thought you would. You get a chance to bring it all home here.
What's it matter?
I would say
Nothing matters. Nothing matters.
John getting this right, plus 550.
All right.
Oh, I know that. The band has been mentioned on the show today.
Let me see the baby.
I don't know this one.
Josh Homme, lead singer.
No, still.
Dave Grohl plays drums on this song.
Nirvana.
There's no homie. I want the baby to be my homie. Nicholas. Let me see it.
Fred.
Uh-huh.
Song.
What? I'm in character.
That is Queens of the Stone Age. No one knows. Which is a song I don't mind, which made it a real standout in the BCN playlist. I have trouble getting through a Queens of the Stone Age album all the way. For some reason, I don't find it to be easily listenable in succession. I like their songs sporadic.
Yeah. Kind of spoon-fed every once in a while.
Yeah, it's a little much of the same when it's all together. I think he's very talented, but nonetheless.
It's okay. It's okay.
Congratulations, John. You did it pretty well.
Go to sleep, yeah, rockabye baby. On the treetop. A treetop without your grandfather. That's strange.
All right. Well, Nicholas, Father's Day is coming up. Get on that. All right. Fluto Shinzawa, I read him all the time, and in The Athletic, he has his grades of season-ending grades for the Boston Bruins, and he can kind of predict the future of this team. We will have that in just a moment.
It's okay. It's okay.
Toucher and Hardy. Those.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. Fluto Shinzawa, senior NHL writer for The Athletic. He covers the Boston Bruins. The season's over. The offseason is about to get underway. And Fluto has his report card out for this year's Boston Bruins. Fluto, thank you for joining us, sir.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
He's there. We're good.
Fluto?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. So let's start with Jeremy Swayman. You're very, very, you very much approve of the way that he played this season, and you believe the Olympics had something to do with his confidence. Kind of break down his season for us.
You could look at the Olympics, Fred. You could even look back to last offseason around this time when Jeremy is overseas with Team USA with the World Championship. Now, granted, it's not the biggest tournament. In fact, nobody wants to be in that tournament because what does that usually say? It usually says that you either didn't make the playoffs or got knocked out early. So, but it was a heck of an opportunity for Jeremy to regain some traction, compete with Joey Decord for the starting job with Team USA, and then ultimately win it and help the Americans win gold at that tournament. And that gave Jeremy just so much clarity on who he was and what he is capable of doing. And that just put everything right for him. And then we all saw what happened is that he was a top 3 goalie. And he might win the Vezina. He was. How many times did we hear Marco Sturm say it? That this is where would this team have been in terms of playoff position without Jeremy and Jonas Korpisalo? They'd be out of it, just because he was that significant of a difference maker, Jeremy. And it's at that position, it's such a luxury for a coach to have a goalie that can steal games and take goals off the scoreboard, which he consistently did from A to Z. And granted, he couldn't do it in the playoffs, but I think that we saw the delta there in terms of just the chance quality that Buffalo was getting versus what the Bruins were getting, first on Luukkonen and then on Lyon. So, yeah, full marks to Jeremy, just a spectacular turnaround season. I think we all saw it coming just because there was no real data in his history in terms of performing as poorly as he did last year, but you can also understand why he did last year, just because of all those circumstances. You trade his partner, he has a contract negotiation, he misses all of camp, the team stinks. So yeah, it all adds up, and it all adds up to why he was able to recover, and good for him.
Yeah, Fluto, I was just going to ask you about that, whether or not at the beginning of the season you felt that way. And I agree with you that maybe there just wasn't enough data there, but there was plenty of reason for me to not really fall on one side or the other. I thought he would be suitable. I just didn't think he would play to the level that he did, especially after the Olympics, where he did get, a spot start and didn't impress. And for him to come around in the last few months there the way he did, I didn't see it coming at all.
I was confident, Hardy, in terms of you just look at Jeremy's numbers all throughout his career. College, he didn't spend that much time in Providence, but he was outstanding there. He comes up, he's outstanding, and the numbers are always there. And good on him in terms of the Olympics too. This was your number 3 goalie for Team USA behind Hellebuck and Ottinger at last year's tournament at the Four Nations, and then for him to get ahead of Ottinger and to be the number 2, that's not nothing. Mm-hmm. So no, I'm not surprised. You see Jeremy, he's a competitor, he's proud, he remembers every slight. He's just wired that way to prove to everybody that all the circumstances were against him last year, and he was not good. So I think he owned that too, and that he was committed to proving to himself, to his teammates, most importantly, that he was going to be dependable. He was going to be there every day. He was not going to miss camp again. and he was going to he's going to work every day. And he proved to his teammates, he proved to his new coach, proved to the GM that he was worth the big money deal. And that's why you pay the guy, that he can be that kind of difference maker, and he was.
Well, speaking of guys who got paid, Elias Lindholm's one of those guys, and it was a first guest here on this show to say he was wildly overpaid, and he did not have a good season for the Bruins. And your last line when grading him was, it would serve the Bruins best if he were the number 3 center next season. Is there a way that the Bruins can make sure that can happen?
Yes, John. That depends on the other players. That depends upon Minton and what a rookie season that he had, and then and it's not over. He's going to be playing for Canada overseas for that tournament for the Worlds. So perhaps there's another step that he can take there, playing with guys like in his peer group that are among the best. So good on him. Who knows? Perfect number 3, Fraser. But maybe there's some added power, explosiveness that he can develop this offseason with his training to gain a little bit more quickness, a little bit more acceleration, because the brain is there, the hands are good, so perhaps he could be a top 2. Hagen's, now that's a reach, just because that's a big jump. But he certainly has the skill set to be there. I just don't know if it's next year, especially the way that the coach seems to be inclined to ease him in even next year on the wing, just because it's going to be a lot easier away from the puck for James to acclimate to NHL pace and rigor. So that's tough. And we also know what Zacha has been. Granted, career high, maybe he certainly shot above expectation when it comes to goal scoring, but that's a player that not only Marco loves, every coach would love to have a Zacha, just because of the way he touches the game in all areas. So you look at those 3, who knows what Middlestat brings. Maybe he can move back to the middle. I don't know. He seems to like him more on left wing. But those would be the circumstances that could collide to push Elias down. Now, of course, the easiest way is to go get a number 1 center, but the price is just so high, and they have other needs on defense. They have cap space, but not adequate, not abundant there. So that's very, very tough. I think that's going to be difficult to do. So I would guess that it would have to be internal.
It's interesting reading the different beat writers. Fluto, you're pretty certain that Pastrnak would be the captain if it was up to you. Kind of explain that thinking, and what kind of importance do you put on that title?
I think, Fred, I remember asking Jim Montgomery a few years ago what kind of leadership qualities he saw in David when he was an alternate captain back then. And Jim had a great point and insight, is that everybody gravitates toward David. Rookie, veteran, young guy, old guy, new guy who's been around for years, that he just has that kind of personality and presence that everybody likes. Is like who's the most popular guy in the rink? It's 88, just because of he's interacting with the fans, he's pitching pucks over the glass, he's doing his thing. There's just something about his personality that makes people just gravitate toward him, and especially, most importantly, his teammates. So I think that's important. I think that's a really nice quality to have as a captain, and he's your best, most accomplished, most consistent skater, most player. So I think it's natural in that way, and. Yeah, we heard the management with Cam and Don both say that they're going to have a captain. And I think he'd be a great choice, just because. And this is a thing that Bruce Cassidy said even years before that. I remember him saying that in terms of Bergeron and Marchand, that he saw, and well, he didn't see, but he surmised that they carried into their play the effect of being on the line with Mark Recchi. That kind of just no quit, doesn't accept no, will do anything to go after the puck, and that was just contagious for those two, and that in turn translates to David's game too. So it's interesting to see all this mishmash of personalities and teammates and ex-teammates and old players. I think all of them can impact just a person and a player like David to the point where I think he would be a very good captain.
Well, Fluto, you read his preseason projections and predictions, and he was on the money. I read every word that he writes. He's in The Athletic. I love him. Covering the Boston Bruins. Fluto Shinzawa, thank you, sir. And hopefully we can be in touch this offseason as things develop.
You got it, Fred. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Fluto. I do read everything Fluto writes. I do read it. I consider him the expert. How about that?
He's the writer of record.
That's what I feel, at least.
What if he were to write like a young adult novel? Would you read it?
Oh, he forays into the work of fiction?
If he did.
Is he going to pander, Hardy? Or
No.
Is he going to shoot from the hip?
Well, does he preach in his day-to-day conversations with us?
No, he's clinical and precise. Is that how he's going to handle fiction?
I think he would have a similar voice when it came to writing a novel.
Simple and to the point.
Well, you know what? And much like Hemingway, a lover of food, so he would probably have vivid descriptions of taste and culinary delights.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever read Richard Ford?
No.
Read Richard Ford. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
It's very on the nose, middle-aged man. It's not a lot going on, but I don't know what to think of it. He wrote a book called The Sports Writer. It has nothing to do with sports, and a book called Independence Day, which won the Pulitzer, and they're pretty much on the nose with the monotony of middle-aged men life.
I don't care for books like that or movies like that. Like what's the Knocked Up? And This Is 40. This Is 40 is the most infuriating movie to watch. I'm like, well,
if you're looking for laughs, these aren't the books.
Yeah,
and not a lot going on. A lot of internal dialogue.
I remember when This Is 40 came out, and it's like I didn't relate to a lot of it, but the stuff that I did, I'm like, yeah, this is life. It's not all that interesting. And, this is just kind of is it a character study? Because I'm not interested in the characters either.
So it's a series of books, and it's about this guy who's been divorced. His 3 kids, one of them died, but he very rarely refers to the death of the kid. It's just this cloud that hangs over things. And he says he's in a state of life called existence, which he claims to be great, but there's no goal or end. It's just the art of existence. He's existing.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Well, he's moved from sports writing to selling real estate, so I can tell you that. Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah, he doesn't really care about his jobs. He went into sports writing because he wanted to do something that was mindless. And he says, there's a line in it, he goes, this is written in like 1984, he goes, when it gets into like too many stats and things, there's a radio guy on and he's doing trivia, and he doesn't know the answers to the trivia questions. And he says, if sports ever gets to a point where it's all about statistics and like insight and information about numbers, then it's a dead career.
Then I'll go sell real estate.
That's what he decided to do.
Wow.
Nothing about sports in the book, but it is called The Sports Writer because it's supposed to, him being a sports writer is supposed to kind of be a symbol of him giving up. All right, so because he wanted to be a writer,
thanks, Fluto.
Oh, my bad. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox had last night off.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. Kevin Hart is someone whose career has kind of gotten past me. I don't know if I've seen many things that Kevin Hart has been involved in. I know he's a big star. I see his commercials.
Jumanji.
I did see Jumanji with my daughter, but it's one of those movies I went to see with my daughter where I think neither of us was there for the movie. It was more the soda machine and the popcorn that I was enjoying. But he did a roast. Now, apparently it was live, and it was 3.5 hours long. Now, if it was a good or bad is inconsequential to me. It was 3.5 hours long. Hardy and I talked about it off air yesterday. I think I'm tapping out on the roast. I did enjoy them for many years, and it's not that I think they're bad. I just think that I've reached my limit of roast.
Well, you would enjoy them when you would saunter into Chachi's office and he'd have one of the Dean Martin celebrity roasts on.
Yeah, you ever try to sit through one of those? Boy, oh boy. Even like the abject racism doesn't save them. I mean, it's really hard to watch.
They're all like the Norm Macdonald roast of a roast.
Well, the Saget roast is the best.
Yeah.
Is the greatest. The Bob Saget roast from Bob Saget, who was an incredible human being, to the Norm Macdonald, which is fantastic and didn't land in the room, and that made it 10 times funnier. That's the best one, but I've just about had it. But there was a Tom Brady roast that was just okay. And so here's what opens up the floodgates, is that Tom Brady in a cool leather jacket showed up for the beginning of Kevin Hart's roast. Now, there was a Tom Brady roast, but the thing is that he didn't stay on the dais. So what people are saying is that Tom Brady didn't like the roast of him and people going after his family, which he said was off limits. So is it Netflix that did this? Whoever does the roast said to him, come out, like you can riff on Kevin Hart and then you can leave. Like you don't have to stay on the dais so people can make fun of you. Which, if he doesn't do any of these roasts, this isn't anything. He could have avoided all of this. I don't really know why he's doing it. So obviously what happens on these roasts is even the famous comedians have a team of writers and they sit down and they pitch jokes. But what a lot of people forget about is delivery and how impossible it is to be a stand-up comedian. It's probably the hardest thing in entertainment. It's a true art that is really underappreciated until you hear Tom Brady do it. Now you have to... Tom Brady has these jokes written out for him and handed to him. He is allowed to practice them. And if you ever thought being a stand-up comedian was easy, I bring you Tom Brady. Do I go a fair or dad first? What do you want me to do here?
Let's go dad first.
Okay. Let's go to dad. All right, so Tom Brady's wearing a leather jacket. He is tall. Kevin Hart is very short. He saunters onto stage. And just you tell me why he's doing this, why he's bothering to do this. I'd love to know, but here we go.
Have you even left the forum? Or have you just been here screaming into that mic the last 2 years waiting for daddy to come home?
I don't get the joke, but the delivery's just atrocious. Waiting for daddy to come home.
See, the first thing Brady has against him is he's too good looking. And you can't be like exceptionally attractive, I think. And it's a mark against you immediately if you're trying to be funny.
I think there's a lot of women in a lot of internet careers that would disagree with that. I'm leaning more that he's a wooden person that shouldn't be doing any comedy.
What do you mean by women in internet careers?
The kid that is sold out the garden, Matt Rife. I mean, he's a good-looking kid, and women love him. He's built a whole career on it. So much so that he's tried to rebel against it. I haven't heard of him in a long time, but for a while there, he was quite the comedian.
Well, you think of like the funniest comedians, though, and they have a presence about them, but they're not necessarily inherently good-looking people.
Well, there's two things that are going on there. One, I think genetically you can't be both. And then two, I think it's a survival instinct. In order to continue the species, if you're not good-looking, you have to develop a personality and a sense of humor. So Tom Brady has obviously never had to do that. And so here he is a fish out of water. He's not good at this stuff. It doesn't seem like he wants to. I don't understand why he's doing it. Like, I don't understand the benefit of it. It doesn't do anything for him. He's Tom Brady. He's making hundreds of millions of dollars, being okay at broadcasting. It doesn't. I just don't know why he would subject himself to this.
Well, the daddy coming home joke didn't land, but maybe he'll get funny.
Well, unlike your real dad, I actually showed up.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
And I brought you a jersey.
Oh, you son.
No, it's a very small Knicks jersey.
That's newborn size. That fit you?
Give me the.
All right, sit down. Hobbit.
So Tom Brady's the only one where Kevin Hart has a mic too, I guess, where they're standing and they've pre-scripted this. I didn't feel that Kevin Hart was actually upset about that joke.
No, I don't think he was.
It's not like Nicholas when you do a dad jokes to him. He don't like that.
Right.
All right, so he continues.
I do have a few words for you before I return to my affairs in Las Vegas. Oh, wait. I'm talking about affairs in Las Vegas. Was that off? Not supposed to talk about affairs in Vegas? You took a lot of shots at my family, but I'm too classy to go after your beautiful wife. Where am I? What's up, girl? Woo. So what was it that you were screaming at my Rose? Time to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Who's squirming that little high chair now? Put a pillow underneath, make it look taller.
Yeah, he's short, and he had an affair with a woman in Las Vegas. And there you go. I don't understand why he does it. He's terrible at it, and I don't know what
it's not becoming of an owner in the NFL.
But he's also an owner in the NFL. Like, why are you doing roast?
Just choose. You can't be regular folks and an owner in the National Football League and on television.
Well, no. That's not even. You can if you're talented at it. He's not good at it, and I just don't know what it does for him. I don't understand. He's already an owner. He's already on TV. Like, Joe Buck doesn't have to go around doing roasts. Troy Aikman doesn't have to go around doing roasts. Why the hell is he doing that?
And for somebody who was so consumed with his brand for so many years, it's an odd thing to do because I don't know what his brand is anymore.
Well, it's not. I would think it's better for his brand to be made fun of than to stand up there and deliver jokes awkwardly. It doesn't. It just shows that he's not funny, and it shows that he's not even really human. He just is. He doesn't sound like a person, because like those aren't even tough jokes to deliver if you said them conversationally.
Everything with him still seems very manufactured, very scripted.
Yeah,
very. It's all calculated.
And that's fine. My point is that he doesn't have to not be calculated. He doesn't have to not be scripted. What is the need to not be that way? He's had tremendous success. He continues to have tremendous success. You're terrible at this.
Right.
Just stop doing it. No one came out of that going, wow, that was great. And you knew it wasn't going to be good. Everyone around him knew it wasn't going to be good. I don't understand why he's doing it. That's the fascinating thing to me. It's why continue to do something that you're so bad at? And then people go, why am I listening to you on the radio? And I saw your joke before you even thought it. Don't turn it on me. I'll catch you to the quick. You know? All right.
I didn't say it this time.
No, I was thinking of the audience.
I know. But I speak for the audience a lot.
Yeah, in your mind, you're an everyman. I roll. All right.
Mostly for the people listening to you, I feel like I have to give them a voice.
All right. That's unnecessary. I'll tell you that. All right, we'll be back
It's a valuable service I provide.
In just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, if you've been in... You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Hardy, it is time for the news. I derailed it yesterday.
Yeah.
We are back.
It got derailed yesterday. We began with the story of twin brothers, West Warwick, Rhode Island. And all we learned about them so far is that one of them has face tattoos. We're going to skip over the first story, the backstory on these gentlemen. What they did, Fred, was they had a junk removal business. And the business was they would go around, collect people's junk, and then just keep the truck door open and have people come by and say, take whatever you want. So that way they didn't have to do like a lot of the disposing of the junk. And they were, reduce, reuse, recycle. And it was kind of a nice service for the community. But these fellas have ideas. They've been through the ringer, these two. They've had, quite the life so far.
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
If you were walking your dog and someone has put furniture on the sidewalk for someone to take and your dog goes to pee on it, do you let them pee on it?
No.
Okay. Because I think that's fair game. If you leave something to be picked up on the side just with a note that says take it,
yeah,
that now it's just part of the community. You're asking someone just to pick up your trash, and so if a dog pees on it, a dog pees on it.
Well, it's an oddly specific question, Fred. I wonder if you found yourself in this situation.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying is that, and so, John, you have yesterday.
Yesterday, my dog went to the bathroom on something. It was at the end of the curb, around the corner from me. So I could not agree more, Fred. Have at it. You left it out there. You don't want it. I don't care.
And now I have to police my dog to, you can't go on the yard. You can't go, people don't pee on the yard. Get out of here with your peeing on the yard.
Yeah, I know.
Go live in the woods. Go make more money and get a gated property. You live on a street with people. This is a public sidewalk. You can't just now. If you have, it's funny because I do have a moral thing where if it's a beautiful garden that someone's obviously spent a lot of time on, then obviously I'm not going to have let my dog go to the bathroom there. I'll pull him a little bit to get him to move. But your yard, out of a sea of yards, everyone can pee on my yard, but they can't pee on yours. Stop that. You can pee wherever you want.
And if the dog is stopping to pee on some furniture that's out on the curb, chances are they're doing it because some dog has peed on it already. And they're trying to, put their scent on top of that scent.
It smells like something. I mean, who knows?
It's probably dog pee.
Maybe he's a big water sports guy or something, Okay. Who knows? You don't know what goes on under closed doors.
These two brothers recently pulled off. I'm not sure what they were trying to pull off, Fred. As I posed this question to you yesterday, we are in the business of trying to understand things around here. Let's see if we can understand what one of them in particular was up to.
11 o'clock, we are learning more about this viral video out of West Warwick that sparked concern across this nation.
Easy for you to say.
Jeez, that was a truly spectacular statement right there.
I mean,
he's got a mouthful of milk duds.
Wow.
My goodness.
Hold on a second.
Hang on to your jobs, people.
It's like he's hurrying but trying not to at the same time.
Half a burrito in my mouth there.
Interesting professional choice for him.
Wow.
Oh.
11 o'clock, we are learning more about this viral video out of West Warwick that sparked concern across this nation. Police now say it was all staged. You saw it first here on NBC 10, and tonight...
I saw her?
You saw it. Saw it.
Look out, New York City. You got your next anchor.
Nick just goes, I understand this guy completely.
Seems like he's pretty stuck regionally. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of movement.
We had ran on the board and everything like that.
And everything like that. I'm cool, calm, collected, Nick.
In a narrow room.
Police now say it was all staged. You saw it first here on NBC 10, and tonight we've confirmed the same brothers that NBC 10 spoke with earlier this week are the same ones that investigators say are behind this. I'm Dan Janik.
And I'm Patrice Wood. They're now admitting to orchestrating this whole scene. And the night team's Leanna Falk has the new details.
Would you like to know what the scene is, of the image that they just showed?
Sure, because it only took them half an hour to get to it.
It is somebody dressed in a full Ku Klux Klan robe walking down a city block.
Ted? I wonder which member of my gang was out and about that night.
Jimmy, what are you doing out there?
Yeah, you were in the Klan robe outside the rally. All right. It's that kind of party. All right, so this is a guy in the Ku Klux Klan robe. Okay.
Yeah. Ryan and Sean Fitzgerald, twin brothers, both admitted to NBC 10 that they were behind this viral video. And while police say they orchestrated it for social media content, Ryan had a different response when we questioned him ourselves. How did you guys come up with the decision to go out there that night?
So I ordered my thing, right? And I just decided that I wanted to bring more attention to the fact that, not just in this town, but all around America, that I believe there's a bit of a disparity between white and black.
Ryan.
Yeah, it's okay. When one wants to orchestrate the difference between the treatment of races, you, of course, go and support someone who makes Ku Klux Klan clothing.
Yes. Now, again, the message seemed to be getting into the heart of his message here, maybe a little bit.
Is Schilling having another estate sale? Is that how he came about this robe? Again, apparently, if you go into Schilling's home, at least at one point, you would get a nice look at some Nazi memorabilia.
Oh, sure. Well, it's just like a plate, no big deal, or a tumbler.
I'm always fascinated by that. Like, if you got invited, like Schilling's a big star and everything, and you get invited over to his house, and then you're confronted with this like Nazi memorabilia that he has because he collects historical. It just would be
what's the
so
proper
wildly
response?
Uncomfortable.
Oh, cool.
I guess you just wouldn't say anything, but like it's if you put yourself in the shoes of someone who shows up to a house and there's like actual Nazi stuff from World War II being displayed, it's certainly like a gut punch. I mean, I don't care who you are. Even if you were a Nazi, I would think that it would be weird.
Hey, we're trying not to show this
or
stuff.
Just like you're so open with this stuff.
I moved to Bolivia for 30 years.
That's probably a good place.
All right. Okay. So what was in his mind? He bought the Klan robe.
He bought the Klan robe and what?
Ryan Fitzgerald back speaking with NBC 10 after it was revealed this viral video was actually planned by him and his twin brother, Sean. Who was in the robe?
Me. I was in the robe.
Investigators say they orchestrated the scene on Main Street Monday night. Ryan admits he wore the robe. Sean admits to filming. Sounds like you have regrets about the whole thing.
You bet I have regrets. I'm very angry. He knows where my head is with this whole thing. He's been getting screamed at for the last 48 hours.
Do you regret it at all?
Do I regret it? Regret my delivery? I regret. Actually, no, I don't regret it. No, I don't.
Oh,
no, I don't. Nope, I don't actually. The more I think about it, no, I don't.
Police say despite how it looked, there's no evidence linking the brothers to any hate group. Do you have any connections to the KKK?
I wish, but no, not at the moment. I don't. I don't have any connections to them.
The brothers are arguing constantly throughout this. Oh, no, okay, he doesn't have any regrets. And he's kind of like, I can't believe this guy. And his own twin brother says, you wish?
Yeah, so he's saying that he wishes that he was part of the Ku Klux Klan. And the other brother's like, you shouldn't have said that.
Right.
So if he wishes he was in the Ku Klux Klan and he has the robe.
If you choose to give this one Fitzgerald the benefit of the doubt, he wishes he had a connection to the Ku Klux Klan so he could bring them down. That is, that is the benefit of the doubt argument. But the other brother doesn't seem to grasp the message of his twin, whom he shares mental telepathy with. So even he is unsure as to what his brother's message is.
And they can speak in Esperanto or something. They can speak in some language only twins. John, you have twins. You know they can mind meld.
Sure.
Do you have any connections to the KKK?
I wish, but no, not at the moment. I don't. I don't have any connections to them.
The stunt sparked outrage nationwide, but especially in West Warwick.
Huh? It's nationwide. So the brother filmed the other brother walking down Main Street in a Ku Klux Klan robe.
Yeah.
And it was in an effort to get people to pay attention to them online.
Yes.
So, because obviously we live in a society
and the
now.
disparity between white and black.
Right. I don't believe that part.
Don't forget the original message here.
I just think that he said, I'm going to go on a limb and go, let's do something shocking and people will like us on the internet and therefore dopamine will be released and we'll feel good about ourselves.
Yeah, like us, seconds. Dislike us, just a lot of views, a lot of clicks.
Right, just that's what gives me the dopamine. And then I really didn't see this thing through. This is a wacky stunt. Now they're stealing this, of course, from the second Jackass film. Of course, the Ku Klux Klan portion of the thing, where they just walked around in Klan robes,
Director's cut,
burning stuff, and went, This is outrageous, isn't it not? The subtlety of this is overwhelming.
It was extremely scary to think that we had something like that happening in our area.
Even if it is a joke, it's not funny. It has no place in our community.
Well, it's hysterical. I mean, I don't know what you're.
You
what
don't
you're
get.
missing.
You just don't get it.
Well, see, the thing is the squares get all riled up when you go out in the Klan outfit.
Yeah.
It's you're rousing the losers there in Warwick that you're finally putting some spice in their life. See, the point of the prank would be to outrage someone dumb over something even more dumb, so you can mock their excitement over something really dumb.
Yeah, but anybody could do that.
A Klan robe is going to elicit shock in and of itself. It's so if someone gets offended by the Klan robe, they're having a natural reaction. I don't get the comedy of it.
Well, it's more of a thought experiment than it is traditional comedy.
Right. Like if you were loitering and someone came out like some old guy and he starts yelling at you to move and you go, no, and then he starts going all Karen-y like on you, that's the thing that gets you to bite. Wearing a Ku Klux Klan robe, the natural reaction
Walk you down the street with no confrontation.
Right. It's going to be just kind of like, look at the look on this guy's face. He's shocked that someone's wearing a Ku Klux Klan robe.
So they did it at night on Main Street when all the shops were closed and there wasn't anybody out there.
I don't see the subtlety of it. There's no kind of.
It's so subtle.
Like when Wee Man goes and is on a date with another little person, and then another little person comes in, and then they break it up, and then the cops come in and they're all little people, and then the paramedics come in and they're all little people. Now that's a show. That's like you've got it's a joke on top of a joke on top of a joke on top of a joke, all involving midgets. This very one note.
You need a hat to put on that hat.
Yeah, I mean, where's the twist? I'm not getting this at all.
Residents are grateful police took it seriously.
Social media can be great, but not for something like that.
No charges have been filed against the brothers. Police say the investigation is closed.
I do believe that social media can be great. I always use the term great when talking about social media.
Social media is awesome, but this, not so much.
I mean, for someone using it for wrong.
You know what? I did not like this video, literally or figuratively.
Well, I liked it because I watched it, So you got to like it. I want more. I gotta get the algorithm giving me more stuff. More of the Ku Klux Klan stuff.
Let's move to the world of science here, Fred, for our second story this morning. Something that I think you will be very interested in.
A doctor at the University of Maryland has created a tiny wearable device that goes on your underwear to get a better understanding of flatulence.
It's called a camera. You gonna break wind?
It's called the Fredometer.
You got a jar for that thing? Seal it up, put it on eBay. Here we go.
Is it inside the Ziploc bag?
Yeah, I'm doing a thing for the University of Maryland. Yeah, it's got a called camera in the bowl. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm from the University of Maryland. I'm doing something. I got to understand more. I got a mirror on my shoe. I'm doing a study. Don't mind me. I'm from the University of Maryland. I can indulge in whatever perversions I want. It's science after all.
From an upskirt university.
It's science.
A doctor at the University of Maryland has created a tiny wearable device that goes on your underwear.
Size has always been the issue with this thing. It was always too cumbersome. Finally, since technology is caught up to the flatulence community.
The first one was the size of a Geiger counter, and it just didn't really work.
You couldn't, you were just basically being pantsed constantly to keep this thing on. I'm trying to track my farts, but this thing is too cumbersome.
It's
the Flatulence 5000
box with a hose.
This is very primitive.
It's got a battery compressor on it. It's just it wasn't practical.
It's like an old gramophone. It's just a big. It's just a big horn that I got to shove up there.
Ear trumpet.
Yeah. I just put a midget in there. He just says farting.
A doctor at the University of Maryland has created a tiny wearable device that goes on your underwear to get a better understanding of flatulence. Really? The 3D print.
Really? It's true. No, I'm reading this. It's the real news. This is what I've chosen as a living.
I said it. It's not even April 1st.
The 3D printed device tracks how many times a day a person passes gas. Now, you may be wondering why this exists. It is all part of a study.
Yeah, for kicks. I get it, lady.
Because we're evolving, dummy.
Cheap thrills.
All right, so this guy is going to give the range of numbers in terms of what they've recorded so far in terms of the fewest and the most. So would you like to guess?
Okay, the farts, it tracks farts, so it would be silent too, I would imagine.
Yes.
If it's using 3D printer technology. Men or women? Women, the low is 0. And it's all of them, except for the fat one. It's men. I'm saying the low for men.
They're fat.
Is 4, and the high is it's got to be like very high. I would say 60 is the highest.
Oh, you are in for a pleasant surprise, my friend.
Well, that's I really, those are what I believe. 4 and 60. Okay.
Why this exists. It is all part of a study looking at how a healthy, high-fiber diet ultimately affects the gut.
Current maximum number is about 175 times per day.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Where?
Goodness!
Who are they? I know these records are sealed, but please, I must speak to this person. He's a prodigy.
Guinness, please. That's a lot of farting. Wow, that is too much.
Current maximum number is about 175 times per day, and our current minimum number is 4 times per day.
Oh, fantastic. Good for me. I feel very good about myself and my fart predictions.
So that's a huge variation between people.
More than 5,000 people are interested across the country. They have signed up to receive one of those trackers.
Yes, please.
And take part in the study.
Can you sign up to be a tracker? Not yet. Not yet. All right.
Is there a merit badge to be earned?
All right. Jeff Goodman is going to join us. The draft lottery has been set in the NBA. A local kid could be number 1. We'll talk to him about all of it in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Electricity costs keep rising, and it's time to take control of your power with Devlin Energy's custom solar and backup battery solutions. Call them today.
Hardy.
No.
On the Sports Hub.
Knowledge of basketball at all levels.
Knows everybody.
Yeah, we love talking to Jeff Goodman. He's one of our favorite guests. Jeff Goodman, hello, sir.
So should I change Field of 68, the name? Because last I checked, the Big Ten no longer has 10 members.
That's a great point. And the Pac-10 doesn't exist. So we're...
Well, it's going to come back. No, the Pac-12 is coming back next year.
That's right. Pac-10, Pac-12.
Boise State, San Jose State, all the state schools are coming back.
Right.
Washington State.
So I think we're going to keep it.
I'd keep it. I mean, listen, it's branding. It's not even it's its own entity now. You don't have to worry about what college basketball is doing. All right. So the draft lottery is set. This draft kind of described the depth, the high-end talent. Where are we at with this thing?
Oh, it's really good. Like, it might be the best from 1 to like 10 that I don't want to say ever seen, but close to it. And there's just not, we thought there was going to be this dominant, there's no, in my opinion, there's going to be no Cooper Flag. There's no Victor,
really?
but it's the next tier. Yeah, I mean, I think Cooper's going to be a top 5 player in the NBA for, 10 years. I really do.
Okay, was Peterson Peterson going into the season from Kansas was considered that level of prospect, correct?
That's right. 100%. But the big question now is obviously a little bit of physically because of, he had full body cramps before the season. Finally kind of admitted to that a month or so ago, and it really affected him. His dad and his agent screwed the whole PR thing up all year. All they had to do was put him out there. I was supposed to talk to him before a game at Iowa State on a Friday night. They pulled that thing. All they had to do was have people see this kid's face and have him talk through what he was going through, even the unknown, the uncertainty, but talk about what you're going through so that people kind of feel for you. Instead, all they saw was this kid tapping out the moment he felt anything in his hamstring, whatever it was, and him on the bench kind of looking stone-faced, right? No expression the whole time and not trying to get back in the games. Now, at the end of the year, he played most of the games. He was fine, but he wasn't – the player that I saw this year was not the player that I saw 2-3 years ago on the AU circuit. Not the same guy at all. The guy I saw a couple of years ago, you gave him the ball, and he could make plays for himself. He could score in every way possible, and he made plays for other guys. He was a playmaker in terms of a true combo guard who could make people better, smooth, long. This year, Bill Self really kind of put him in the corner. Number one, to conserve him and preserve him so he'd have him for the NCAA tournament. And number two, because he just didn't know if he was going to have him when it mattered most. So he didn't want to play him at the point with the ball in his hands all the time because he had another guy on his team, Melvin Council, who was only a point guard. So he played Council at the point.
All right. The other guy, by all accounts, it's either going to be Peterson or DeBonsa as the number 1 pick. I saw you posted a lot of the 15 GMs you posted think the majority of them think it's going to be DeBonsa. But I when talking about this guy, we've met him. You know him much better than we do. All that sticks with me is his expression after finding out the results of the NBA draft lottery. Maybe you have a different impression of it, but it looked like he wasn't pleased at all.
I've never seen him look pleased.
I remember I covered the draft, the Jahlil Okafor draft, when the Sixers got the pick, and I remember seeing Jalil's face, and he was just like, it was a similar face. I'm like, oh no, like you got to be kidding me.
So that's an honest face. He's not just. That's not his resting face. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would have been. To go to Washington, it's purgatory right now. I mean, and do you really want to play with Trae Young? Does anybody want to play with Trae Young?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, dribble. Like you get the ball, with like a second or two left on the shot clock. Like, come on, man. Nobody wants to play with Trae Young. So, AJ's deal is he's kind of completely the opposite now of Darren in some ways. Right? Like he was super productive, no issues. He answered the bell, because some people were worried a little bit, like, was he going to be a front runner? Was he going to be competitive enough? Well, this dude never topped out all year. Like, he played every game, every minute, competed for the most part. You know, there are some concerns with NBA guys on his decision making, but he's also like, he measured up yesterday. He was like 6'8.5" without shoes, long. We know, you know, not that stuff matters that much, but it doesn't hurt him. That's for damn sure. And the other thing with the difference of the two of them, like, AJ is super, as you guys saw, super marketable. Like, that dude can turn it on whenever he wants. The smile, he's unbelievable at interviews because his dad, Ace, has literally put him out there for every interview. No matter who asks him, he will do every interview, where Darren Peterson did nothing. And Darren Peterson doesn't really want to do them. Now, again, that's secondary. That doesn't matter. Like, you're picking the guy that you think can be a top 5 player in the NBA. And I think maybe both of them could be. But, again, if you took all this stuff out of the Darren Peterson, you know, resume right now of this past year, most NBA guys would say, like, it's an easy one for me. I'm taking Peterson.
Right.
Now it's made it far more difficult because of all the due diligence that now Washington, you know, Michael Winger is going to have to do, and that organization is going to have to do to feel comfortable with drafting Peterson. And I still think there's a chance they do.
Well, yeah, because he's the player that has the highest ceiling. Now, the guy with the highest floor, and I've seen mock-ups that the guy says that they would take him. Number one is Cameron Boozer, who, you know, had the most. I mean, AJ DeBonza scored more, but Boozer was on the better team and, you know, showed more in bigger games. Like, in the top 3, how much of a difference is there between those 3 guys? Is Boozer dramatically worse than Peterson and DeBonza?
No, I mean, he was better as a college player. It wasn't even close.
Right.
He was the best college player in the country, and it wasn't even a debate last year. The difference is the upside, right? And that's what NBA guys are drafted on. Can Boozer be a top 5 player in the NBA? I don't see it. I don't see any way he's a top 5 player in the NBA where I could see that out of Peters. I also could see a scenario in which those guys aren't a top 25 player in the NBA at some point. I don't see that out of Boozer. So, again, his floor is higher, his ceiling is lower. But Boozer, man, if you, like, only saw him a couple years ago and saw the difference with him now, like, he couldn't shoot a 3. Now he can pick and pop. Takes him a while to get it off, but he can really, really shoot it from the perimeter right now. That's the biggest difference from 3 to 4 for me, is Boozer and Caleb Wilson. That's the next, decision that Memphis is going to have. You know, to me, it's 1, 2, obviously AJ and Darren, and then 3, 4, and Boozer and Caleb Wilson are totally different players. Caleb is like a KG-ish type of player, super athletic, long, plays hard as you know what, like just gets after it, but doesn't really shoot it well, but an incredible defensive player. You know, Cam is just that guy that just does everything right. But he's not sexy. He's not athletic. He doesn't jump high. People are worried about him and how he's going to be able to score over length. That's the biggest question mark. He's not a rim protector, number one, and he has trouble scoring over length, which people feel like, obviously, at the next level, it's going to be a lot more difficult for him.
What would prevent AJ DeBonza from, you know, being one of those, as you said, Jeff, like a top 25 guy in the league? Like, what's the area of his game that gives you the most pause?
Decision making with the ball in his hands is 1, and his perimeter shot would be 2. Those are the 2 things. You know, like his off-ball defense isn't great, but that's fine. That'll get better over time, and nobody cares about defense right now anyway in the NBA, so he'll fit right in. But really, it's the decision making with the ball in his hands, number 1, and being a consistent. Can he get to be 35 from 3? And I think he can. I mean, the kid works his butt off. I mean, he is a worker. If he's not doing interviews, he's in the gym. So I think if Jaylen Brown can be a consistent, 35, 36 from 3, and I remember saying in college, like, there's no way Jaylen Brown's going to be a very good shooter. But he worked at it. He got better, and that's the one skill that you can clearly get better at if you sit in the gym all day.
And then after that, and by the way, DeBonce's dad texts Nick, so you know that he's like any interview. Out of all,
he'll talk to
right now.
He'll talk to anyone.
I mean, his dad still texts me a couple times a week. I don't know why, but he does. But nonetheless, there's a bunch of guards after that. Any star potential in those kids?
Oh, a ton, all of them, all of those guards. I mean, that's the beauty of this draft. The next four guys, it's kind of like, it depends what you love, right? So you've got, Darius Acuff Jr. at Arkansas, who's a smaller, stockier, physically gifted, just a tough. He'll get to the basket. He can shoot it. Doesn't really guard, but he's terrific. Keaton Wagler, kid out of Illinois. These are all freshmen. Kid out of Illinois who came in. Nobody knew who he was. Not a top 100 player. Probably the best bargain of anybody NIL-wise in the entire country. And Wagler's bigger, longer, 6'5", and he can score, and he can play some point. He's a true combo guard. Then you've got Kingston Flemings, freshman out of Houston, probably the smallest of all those guys in terms of length. Maybe my favorite kid of all the kids coming out of this draft. He gets the basket whenever he wants. He got better defensively. Super self-aware too. Anytime I talked to him, his line to me was, "I was unplayable." That's what he would say about himself in the game. And then Mikael Brown Jr., who to me might be the best of the four at the end of the day, but his stock is the lowest. Went to Louisville, battled back injuries, didn't play great for much of the year, but legit 6'4", shoots the crap out of it, can pass it, unbelievable kid. Like all these guys, not only really good players, the top 8 we've talked about today, but unbelievable kids as well. Like that's why everybody wanted to get in this draft.
Yeah, and listen, hand it to Washington for actively tanking like nobody's business.
That's right.
To get themselves in that position. And the draft, I think, is more interesting now because it's freshmen and then it's upperclassmen because NIL, those sophomores and juniors.
That's the thing. That kid Lendeborg, how many years in college?
5.
I mean,
now he's going to be a lottery pick. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Michigan front line. The whole Michigan front line could be, drafted in the top 15, and, there's a reason they won it all.
All right. So, listen, Jeff Goodman, we love having you on. As I said, no one knows basketball.
So, wait. I got one for you guys. Quickly. All right, so gun to your head, if you had to do it, are you trading Jaylen Brown for Giannis?
No.
Let's call it straight up.
No, I'm not.
I don't know.
None of you.
No,
I would.
Okay.
I would because you're not winning right now.
Correct. You're not winning with Jalen and Tatum right now. They look like they forgot how to play together again.
Right.
They finally have figured it out, and then they look like they forgot again. And it was kind of the ISO ball and all that. And I'd probably roll the dice on it. But again, everybody thinks I hate Jalen. I don't hate Jalen. I think he got so much better. So much better. I just think, again, you got to do something different here. And Brad knows it.
He obviously knows it. He knows it more than the fan base. He knows it more than anyone. And it's interesting because the older I get, the more I realize these windows close. Like you go, oh, wow, well, we won a championship. But it's like every year that goes by that this tandem doesn't do anything is another year lost. So there is a value in switching things up. There is a value of not getting actively worse, but trying to, to change pieces to create something. And it's every year I follow sports, the more I'm like, maybe you should do something. Maybe you should mix things up when it's not working.
They just don't have room on the roster for the brothers, so they're not going to.
That's a good point. You can't blow 2 roster spots on the Thanasis and Alex.
On the brothers.
Yeah.
You cut that Pritchard fella. All right, Jeff Goodman, Field of 68 Stadium. Follow him. He knows everything. Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it.
I love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you. I love having Jeff Goodman on. He knows everything.
Fantastic.
He follows AAU.
Oh, God,
you
he's
gotta love
great.
it.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back. Jesus, John.
He is. He's great.
He's fantastic.
Love that guy.
He's breathtaking.
Yes.
All right, so we'll be back. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox back in action this evening. They'll host Philadelphia after having last night off. Brian Bale will pitch in a bulk role after an opener. ESPN reported yesterday the Celtics are one of a handful of teams to reach out to Milwaukee at the trade deadline and discuss a possible deal involving Giannis Antetokounmpo. Shams Charania followed up and said the Bucks are now open for business on a trade for Giannis. The NBA playoffs are continuing. Oklahoma City through to the Western Conference Finals. They swept the Lakers last night, 115-110, and the NFL schedule will be announced on Thursday. This morning, another game announced. Denver will visit Kansas City for Week 1 of Monday Night Football. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Awaken 180. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180, a 10-week medication-free plan with weekly results and a finish line. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9 o'clock.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
Need a new roof? It's East Coast Metal Roofing's Spring into Savings promotion. Reference me, Felger or 98.5 The Sports Hub and get 10% off on your complete roof replacement. Never replace your roof again. Visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com. That's eastcoastmetalroofing.com.
Now at the 99 restaurant, kids eat free the day after the Red Sox win. Get a free kids meal with every adult entree purchased. It's a win-win. The 99 restaurant, the official family restaurant of the Boston Red Sox.
Hey, it's Owen. I've been telling you about CertaPro painters for a long time now. They did the outside of my house. They also did the inside. You can trust them to get the job right because they take pride in what they do. Free estimates, reliable communication, and professional painting, meaning there's no drips on the floor. There's no splashes on the walls. There's 70,000 five-star reviews. When you choose CertaPro painters at Certa with the C, you're not just hiring service, you're partnering with a trusted local professional. Each CertaPro painters is locally owned. Schedule a free estimate online at CertaPro.com. But hurry, take advantage of CertaPro Painters Spring Sales Event before May 15th.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
This is Michael Toe, owner of the Boston Dragons, Boston's senior pro pickleball team. Pickleball is
We had a news segment that had a story about how a guy from the University of Maryland has finally created a device small enough to fasten to your underwear that tracks the amount of times you fart a day. And he had very interesting statistics that the lowest that I called was 4. This is obviously all men. His lowest is 4, and the highest was well into over 100.
Maximum number is about 175 times per day.
Yeah, that is a lot of farts. Tom, go ahead, Tom.
So I did the math. At 60 seconds, 24 hours, averaged out to 1,440 minutes. Divide that by 175 equals every 8 minutes the man would fart.
Jesus. I mean, I wonder what that does to the sphincter.
I don't know. The first thing that popped in my head was just imagine sitting on a flight with him to like California for 6 hours.
Yeah. Or a road trip or any kind of situation where you're next to someone.
Yeah, on a road trip, you'd be left inside of the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally a nightmare. You would have to find someone like Dan Soder who lost his sense of smell and taste with COVID. You'd almost have to be in a completely senseless relationship where the whole sense of smell was removed.
Yeah,
that's a lot to live with.
I didn't think about the nighttime expulsions. Yeah, but if it's just this, pretty consistent stream, then yeah.
And it would seem that you would have that they have no control. I mean, if there was any kind of control, you could save it up, and then what normally would be 30 would be 1. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, if anyone's any men have you're in a relationship, and obviously. Yeah. One can't be just expelling breaking wind and willy-nilly.
Flatulence.
So you save it up, and then it comes out in one great explosion when the coast is clear. I mean, Ring Camera has a whole cottage industry of men finally leaving women's houses and not knowing there's a Ring Camera there.
Really?
Expelling all the gas that they had held in torturously for the amount of time that they were together. And then it comes out in one grand explosion.
Does that count as one when you get the...
Yes. Yes, according to the University of Maryland, yes.
See, I would have said multiple.
Well, John, that's where you'd be wrong, and that's why you're not a scientist.
Yeah.
And that's why you're walking around without the device. Look, sure, there's cancer and
Do birds
AIDS.
fart, John?
Good question. I know moths do.
Oh, you're so modest.
Don't know.
He's modest. He doesn't want to talk about it.
You know moths do?
Oh, yeah, they fly straight. See.
Huh?
See, butterflies.
Bad joke.
That's why they...
Yeah.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Cerebral humor.
Aerodynamics. With regard to flatulence.
Confusing one-liners. Tried to add on to the punch up the bird joke.
No way you can do that.
Ay. But it is, listen, I know there's cancer and AIDS and things that affect children.
Well, there's only
But you don't cure those things right away. You got to find out how often people fart.
There's only one thing to do, and if it hasn't been done already, I'm disappointed in everybody in that back room. Has Nicholas gone onto the University of Maryland website yet and signed up to participate in this study?
Oh, that's a good point. And how much of my tax money is being used for this public university to indulge this man's kinks?
Nicholas? University of Maryland.edu.
Don't do it, Nick. You have the family's reputations on the line. You're not going to fart enough. You're going to fail at it.
Just sign up for the fart study, please. Why you haven't done that, why I have to instruct you to do the most obvious things is really beyond me.
And I'm sure University of Maryland...
Boy, they get a hold of Nick, they're going to want him for all kinds of studies.
Well, just the science of what happened to his body in Texas when he came home covered in his own fecal matter.
Well, seriously, Nick, tell him you've got you got the pacemaker, you got the bum ticker, you've stroked out, you're estranged from your father, all these things They can cross-reference all the information about you and then have how it all relates to the number of times you fart every day.
You're a walking Rorschach test. I mean, it's just which layer of the onion to peel next. So simple yet so complicated. It's really a whole thing happening over there. All right, we will be back. The Patriots made a bit of an error on social media, and I usually am not a fan of comments, but I will be today. Plus the disturbing photos from the Rossini camp that made everyone feel bad, and I don't like that. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Fred, and spring is sprung, as they say, and yeah, the weather's finally turning, but... and get away with it for so long. And then after 6 years, just outright flippantly and aggressively deny it when confronted with it. The audacity of the denial is really what's sticking with me. And the only thing that about the photos of the two of them coming out or the information of the length of the affair that I find interesting is just you got caught. Again, I've made this parallel many times, but I will do so again. Tiger Woods pulled over a lot. He's probably effed up, right? But he's Tiger Woods. No one got hurt. You try to get out of the ticket. Try not to get arrested. I understand that. You flip a car at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday, it's over. You're caught. You don't go, I was just on the phone with the president. No. The police have to arrest you. You flip the car at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. In good conscience, you should know that you should be arrested, right? It's finally over. You're very lucky that you didn't kill anybody and you didn't kill yourself. You've already broken 400 bones in these crashes. There is a time you just have to throw your hands up and go, I accept the fates. Whatever is happening, it is out of my control at this moment. And
I wonder, you know what? I never thought about this. I wonder if he called the president because he knew he might be in a spot of trouble. Because I would just assume they had a scheduled call at that time and he didn't want to miss it. Do you think maybe he placed the call after the accident?
Or maybe he was just saying he knows the president as if that was going to dissuade them from when your car's on its side in a lawn.
It's like it's so obvious. Oh, are you? Are you on the phone with the president?
Yeah, like, what do you want me to do, dude? Like, your SUV is overturned on Mabel's yard. She's out gardening, and she's got a car rolled over on it. What do you want me to do? Yeah, I'll just let you walk. Sure. And you got perks in your pocket. Like, come on, man. And, like, if you're Tiger Woods, you should even want to get, like, wouldn't that be, like, a little, like, freeing? All right, now it's over. Now I can't deny it anymore, even to myself. Just for a moment, just the release of, okay, I'm going to get arrested. I've been worried about this day for 20 years. It's finally happened. It can't be as bad as I possibly imagined. And I'll just go to Europe and they'll pump me full of some weird psychedelic and I'll be on my way. But there you go. It just when they got caught in Arizona, they should have just gone like, okay. Part of it's got to be kind of like a release, right? Like they've probably worried about getting caught so often that when you're finally caught, wouldn't you just throw your hands up and kind of surrender at that point? Like, okay. They caught us. And then you call her and you go, Diana, look.
Never retreat, never surrender.
No, you got to. You have to.
No.
Believe me, I know. Believe
Watch
me.
Galaxy Quest, you'll understand.
This couldn't have gone much worse. I'm gonna be in the camp of they've made a bit of a misstep. If anything, not saying something wouldn't have made this any worse. They couldn't have done anything less strategically sound. It's almost like the fates going, you took this garbage team to a Super Bowl. Now, all that strategy that you somehow got away with that schedule is now going to come out and you're going to make such a horrible misstep with this affair thing. Like the two minds, they should have just, I would have called her. I would have gone, all right, look, we got caught. Okay. How are we going to handle this personally? And then let's figure out how we're going to, we're not saying anything. Let's figure out how you and me want to handle this.
Yeah.
Do we want to leave our spouses? Do we want to be together? Do you want to stay with your husband? Do I want to leave my wife? Let's talk about this and not say anything to anyone else. And then we'll deal with our families and we'll grow it from there. But a photo came out that strangely made all of us sad. The legitimate emotion of sadness. And that is on Mother's Day, Diana Rossini is holding one of her children and her husband's kissing her. Now, that photo was taken is a little disturbing. That they have people just out at Rossini's house taking photos and waiting for someone to come out of the house. I mean, she was no celebrity. I mean, the income to paparazzi ratio is well off the charts. This is Haktua levels of press fame.
Yeah.
Who are we scouting, her or him? Either one.
You see, he makes enough money to justify this attention. She made like $1 million, which is a lot of money, but not enough to have paparazzi in front of your house.
See, I don't know if he does make all that much money. We've been over this.
I'd say anything over $3 million in a public-facing role. If you have a 6-year affair, you're kind of buying into this is the trade-off I've made.
It doesn't matter, Fred, but I don't know. Did you read that somewhere that he's like a wealthy executive with?
Oh no, I'm talking Vrabel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about Mike Vrabel.
Oh, yeah.
No. The guy from Shake Shack doesn't deserve any of this. He's not even a public figure.
Right.
No. I was talking about Vrabel. No, the Shake Shack guy.
When I said which one are we looking for? Are we looking for Diana or her husband? Because that is, I mean.
Yeah, so
they should be left out of it, but and you think that you want to know what's going on, but when you see this photo, like you, Fred, it made me sad, and I didn't like it.
Because you can't help but get caught up in this, and you just think, why the hell would you stick around? It's, I can see a night of passion, and I could see forgiving a night of passion. I could easily see that. But 6 years. I mean, you really liked that guy. Like, you loved that guy. And you knew all the time what you were doing and how this would affect me if I found out. Unless there's an agreement. But that would be even in the world, I believe, of open marriages, that would be a very shaky agreement. Because I would have to imagine, if you're in an open marriage, there has to be a very disciplined emotional barrier between you and the person that you're having sex with.
But I would also think like part of that initial agreement goes along the lines of do whatever you want, just don't embarrass me.
Right, but I mean, then don't have sex with famous people for 6 years. That would be an easy fix. Like, go bang the mailman. You don't have to go have sex with the coach of the New England Patriots. There's 32 guys you basically can't have sex with. And this is one of them. And you can't do it for 6 years. But anyway, that happened, which is there's a picture, and it's just sad. Same thing if Vrabel was kissing his wife. You feel sorry for his wife. But those pictures aren't coming out. But the Patriots put up a Mother's Day post. They put up a post for Mother's Day. And so people took to social media to comment on it. And my favorite one is this. What are they supposed? This is from Justin McMahon. What are they supposed to do? Just never post anything virtuous or wholesome ever again because it's off-brand? Oh yes, you're morally obliged by as a organization to put out a Mother's Day post. It would be very distasteful not to do that. I mean, you're going to let Mother's Day go? I forgot to call my mother.
Yeah.
You're going to, I mean, the Patriots don't have to post anything ever about anything.
Two things on this. Pittsburgh PR guy said, I would submit there's no reason for institutional accounts to post on holidays like this unless it has a direct bearing on their brand. No one thinks, why didn't Cheerios post on Valentine's Day?
That's my point, is that you have no obligation. The world ran perfectly fine without the internet and without the Patriots acknowledging any holiday. It's really completely unnecessary. In Mother's Day, what the hell? Mother's Day, creation of the Hallmark Company. It's a manufactured holiday. The world existed without Mother's Day for eons and eons. You can see artifacts at museums from cultures that didn't recognize Mother's Day at all.
Well, I think every day should be Mother's Day.
Swing and a miss.
Everyone took a moment.
Not helping.
And nodded silently and said, well done, Hardy. All right, in Justin McMahon's defense.
Yeah.
So he said, what are they supposed to do? Never post anything virtuous or wholesome because it's off-brand? Someone said, it's okay to sit some things out on the internet. Justin replied, just because their entire brand has become cheating and debauchery doesn't mean I don't want to be wished a happy Mother's Day on Twitter. Well done, Justin. I don't know if he meant it the first time or not, but that was a pretty good way to get himself back into the good graces of the commenter.
So we have post on post crime. Is that what we're doing?
No, he's either coming off his original stance or he never meant it to begin with.
I mean, do you think that do the exercise?
Just because their entire brand is about cheating and debauchery doesn't mean I don't want to be wished a happy Mother's Day on Twitter. Come on.
Is there a person in the world, think about it, in the entire world, that if the Patriots didn't put out a Mother's Day post would have noticed?
No.
So that's what you have to think if you're the Patriots. And that's what you have to think about social media in general. There is no consequence of you not putting something up on social media. None.
Which lends itself to the theory in the comments that whoever runs the social media knew quite well that when they posted this, they were going to get quite a bit of engagement on it, given the current circumstances. So kudos to them.
I would argue that it was a mindless, just button-pushing, almost, if not robotic, AI-esque human, just it's Mother's Day, here we go. I don't think any thought is put into it. I think no thought is put into anything on social media. It's all just pablum and garbage that I consume as much as anyone else, but certainly completely unnecessary. I mean, hurry up. Where's our IT department? Or where's our social department? We need to get this Mother's Day post up or the world's going to end. After all, we play football 17 times a year. That's, like 100 hours of entertainment right there that we give people a year. Please put up a Mother's Day post in the off season. You could how about don't have an Instagram account at all and see what happens to the franchise. We're in tatters. It's worth nothing. It could be, you could have it for a prayer. Bigger than the internet. Stay off the internet. Got to put a Mother's Day post up. They knew what they were. That gives them so much credit that they knew what they were doing and that they would get backlash. My ass. They didn't think anything. It's like everything else. There was no thought put into it. Just like it. And then you put it up and then you just expect people to go like, oh, that's very nice. I love the Patriots. Thank you. Thank you, Anonymous Corporation, for wishing me a holiday. That means a lot to me. Your faceless brand putting up some post about a holiday that recognizes me, not specifically. That's like when those ladies at the wedding, John, said that they won a Oscar because or a Emmy because the Emmys gave out an award to like vloggers.
Yeah,
and they went on a group chat and said that they won a Emmy. The tapping on the glass women from my cousin's wedding. That got mad at me.
Yeah, that was a good bit.
That was right at the beginning. That was a whole pain in the ass of my life.
Yeah, but it made for some good radio.
Yeah, you got to turn lemons into lemonade sometimes, my friend. You take Ambien and you film yourself. You do the show the next day with your shirt off. You got to make lemonade out of lemons. But the time that but then when that's up, it's up, and then you got to put your hands up. You got to take culpability. You got to say, I give up. We all have to do it. At some point, it's over. You got caught. We all do something we're not proud of. It doesn't have to be adultery. It doesn't have to be anything bad. It can be something that only causes you inner turmoil. But at a certain point, if you're caught, you're caught.
So relief from Mike Vrabel.
Just
a little bit.
I would think that if you're carrying on a clandestine affair for 6 years and you don't want anyone to figure it out, that you've spent a lot of time worrying about it. Right?
Yes.
Like the damage that this could do.
A lot of hoops you have to jump through to keep that.
And there's no doubt that's thrilling and part of the thrill. And I would imagine that it's very exciting and incredibly exciting and a lot of dopamine and serotonin being released. It's almost like drug-like, I would imagine. And the more bold the kind of being out there, the more exciting the whole operation is. And I get that. And I get how that could be confused with love. Right? Like every time I see you, it's so exciting that we must be in love. And then the minute you get caught going, oh no, I don't love this person at all. I don't like the way this is making me feel. Mm-hmm. This is all bad now. That's why they're not together, right? That's why they both haven't decided to just go, we're leaving our respected marriages and getting married. Like the two people from Good Morning America. that got caught.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the husband wrong. It was the loser from Melrose Place, his wife.
Andrew Shue.
And Andrew Shue got the two ex-spouses got together too?
No, they didn't.
They did. Absolutely. Swear to God.
Married?
I think they did get married. So the two people from Good Morning America had affairs. And they were very public, and they got fired from Good Morning America. And at least for a while, I think they might have gotten married. Andrew Shue and the woman that was cheated on got together, and I think they might have gotten married.
As of early 2026, Andrew Shue is not officially remarried, but he is in a serious long-term relationship with Marilee Feibig, the couple who began dating in late 2023 following their respective divorces from A.B. Robach and DJ Holmes, moved in together and have discussed marriage.
Yeah.
Well, it's just now they're just wife swapping.
Right.
Wow.
But that's sort of what a logical conclusion would be, correct? Like you get caught cheating and there's one of two paths. One, you marry the person you've had the long-term affair with, or you move in with them. Or two, you get divorced and start over. I don't see a third option.
This couple should go on a double date.
If they was healthy enough and they really loved the other person, then they should be able to go on a double date.
It's a great story.
If you're over the relationship, you're over the relationship. If Andrew Shue's that into this woman, then he shouldn't give a rat's ass what his ex-wife did.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, is if you get divorced and you got divorced, you should be able to have a good relationship. Both people, because you got divorced. You made the decision to get divorced. Once that's over, then who cares? Now you're dealing with each other at a different level. You're not in that relationship, Dr. Steve Brule. Anyway.
A lot of people in the comment section want to know what the Patriots are going to post on Father's Day. It could be equally good comments.
I don't have to say anything.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to say anything. You shouldn't say anything.
People in terms of, Adam put some of the pictures that people have fashioned in honor of the post for Mother's Day. A lot of fetishizing the Rossini pregnancy.
Oh, a lot of that.
The Pat's Patriot.
The Pat Patriot.
Yeah.
Is Rossini pregnant, hiking the ball to Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's positioned behind her.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And so, but in all the photos, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Like they do the Titanic thing, and she's pregnant. It's like a fetishizing, or whatever the term.
Fetishization?
No, fetishizing. But I'm just not saying it right.
Do you have that one for pregnant women?
No, lactating lasses, as they used to say in the Jugs magazine that I had.
Never got that one.
No, neither did I.
Never got on board with that one.
But I had a magazine that featured a pictorial of that, and that was one of like the two magazines I had growing up. Oh. It was an old Jugs magazine.
Yeah.
And they had something with lactating lasses, they called it.
Yeah, sure.
Jackpot.
I don't even think I ever used that, to be honest with you.
Oh.
No, I don't like that at all.
Oh.
Even when my wife at the time was pregnant, I was at a certain point, no, I didn't like that.
Whew.
But there you go. So good on the Patriots for mindlessly putting things on social media. Maybe we'll get together one day and agree just to take social media down. Maybe that's the next step. All right. But I'm on it. I'm on it as much as anyone. I'm no better than anyone else, believe me. All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to
time to think about that right now.
Toucher and Hardy.
It's ridiculous.
The Sports Hub.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. If you want to email us, go to 985thesportshub.com and find our email addresses. You can find our new Thuppets video, the puppet videos of the show that Hardy puts together. This one in a mocking of me, which I don't care for, but a lot of props you have to give him, Hardy. Is this the most props you've ever used in one of your videos?
It's up there. It's reminiscent of the Felger and Maz asteroid that was hurtling toward the Earth. That was many years
The
ago.
Nick Baby name one. The one before this had quite a few too. It had, or two before this.
This is more cinematic, though.
Yeah. Thank you.
That had phones and
well, this one
whiteboards
tells a
and all that.
visual story. He's taken audio from the show and he's created a visual narrative as well, including John, of course, as an eagle.
People love the Wallach puppet.
That was pretty much a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Good instincts.
Do I need to make a puppet of John? No, you don't.
Yeah.
They make them already. Yep. And that's the catch.
Parents come up to me.
But we had 3 on the brain, so now there's Nick. And we don't have a lot. He's not. How many videos is Nick going to be in? We got to use audio.
Well,
from the show.
he was used prominently in 2 of the first 3.
No, I know. It's just like you're almost forced to use Nick now.
Yeah.
Because we shelled out for the.
Well, if he gets that fart sensor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where are you with that, Nicholas? Nicholas?
Yeah.
Where are you with the fart sensor? Maybe this is the new video.
He says, yes.
All right.
Nicholas!
I have an email.
Go ahead.
It's a comment, but he said, pretend this was an email. This is from Mike. He said he listens to the podcast on Spotify. He says, the stream runs Hardy ads for TaskRabbit. What are the chances Hardy's using the service in a Tinder-type manner to entice blue-collar types over to skulk around over their shoulders and offer them breakfast sandwiches?
Tradesman.
So,
yeah.
I don't know if that's blue-collar if you're in the trades. Requires a bit of finesse and education.
Yeah, I saw that TaskRabbit thing. I'm like, ooh, that's quite the web.
Why don't you be a TaskRabbit?
yes.
I thought about it.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No, I mean, not now, but like
it would scratch so many. It would scratch so many itches for you. It would fulfill your Midwestern dad's need to just put in hours of work, regardless of quality or content. You just need to be working.
Well,
I was at the restaurant the other day with my parents. I did the TV. Hardy stared at me on the TV. He's over there on the TV. I'm like, what the hell's going on? He's like, why is he doing this? He's got a job and everything. He's over here on TV.
On a Friday night.
On a Friday night. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I was out to dinner with my parents. We're at the bar. I'm like, Jesus.
I know.
I'm like, what do we do?
It is jarring.
I'm like, why are we on the news?
That you see it.
I'm like, why are we on? My first instinct is, why are we on the news? But it's Hardy with makeup on, earnestly staring at the camera. I'm thinking,
no makeup. That was just a healthy.
Really?
That was just a healthy glow.
It's HD is really weird because HD is like hyperhuman. You look like you had makeup on because you just look. It's like having a magnifying glass on you. The television. It's weird.
We need a new platform that like intersects between this TaskRabbit and like Cameo, so people can hire Hardy for all these different.
Well, Cameo doesn't
interests that
work,
he
which was
has.
a little bit of a negative in its direction because I, like everyone during COVID, tried Cameo and it just was impossible. So I just gave up.
Well, I thought it was fine. I felt bad about it. Like taking $20 to wish somebody a happy birthday. I'm like, I'll just do it. You just email me and I'll just do it. I didn't want to take the money after a while.
We had that conversation about working for yourself and like starting your own media thing. And I thought the same thing yesterday. I was like, if you have a Patreon, you're asking people just to hand you money in exchange for your content in like kind of a transactional way that's very personal. And that seems like a lot on the line, right? Like your relationship with your audience has become something that I'm not comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like buying a ticket to listen to you. Like when you're buying a channel, like a streaming channel, there's like a lot of stuff. It's not just you.
Right.
When it's a Patreon, it almost seems like a GoFundMe situation, and I'm uncomfortable with that whole thing. By the way, this email segment is powered by, and I'm very comfortable recommending Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. I got this email twice, and you guys got it too. And people ask me this occasionally. I went to see Bruno Mars in Detroit with my daughter over the weekend.
I'm going to have your back on this one, but go ahead.
Well, my answer is pretty simple. I asked this yesterday, but got whacked by Max. Oh, yeah, Max, Cedric Maxwell. Is the traffic at Gillette such a burden that Fred feels better to pay for flights and hotels in Detroit to see acts that are also playing Gillette? I know Gillette traffic blows, but it is worth the extra cash required. Cam. Now, I could go through a whole thing about how Ford Field is indoors, and if it rains, they still put on those shows. At Ford Field, it's covered. I could go into a whole thing about how you can walk from any of these downtown hotels to Ford Field. But really, it comes down to I want to go to Detroit. And I'm not going to ask a girl to go to Detroit with me, like a female that I'm wooing to go to Detroit with me. I'm not going to say, like, that's in that book, The Sports Writer, and it's supposed to mean he's sad. He brings a girl when he covers something in Detroit. And so, like, even though I love Detroit, I'm not going to subject someone else to that. And I'm not going to ask my friends, like, hey, guys, do you want to go get hotel rooms and, like, go to Detroit with me? So my daughter wants to go see Bruno Mars. She likes Detroit because she gets to go see concerts. And I get to eat the food and be in the city that I enjoy. And that's really the bottom line. I could give you a million reasons.
Well, I'll give you what my reason would be. Now, I haven't done that, but every once in a while we'll do something. We'll go see, we went and saw Nate Bargatze at Foxwoods. And I bought tickets for John Mulaney, specifically down the Cape, knowing that it would be easier and probably better if we just stayed overnight. If you tell me that we have tickets for a concert, specifically a concert, Fred, that I either want to go to or when my kids do, and it's Friday night at the Garden, I'm going to dread it. Even if it's a show that I want to see, I'm like, oh, I can't believe we got to like get downtown tonight and all this stuff. But if you turn it into even just an overnight, an hour or two from here, or an easy flight to a city that you want to go to and you enjoy visiting anyway, then that event becomes something to really look forward to, and there isn't even the smallest part of you dreading having to get out of the house and go and drive. And it's like, oh no, it's part of this whole fun thing that you're doing. So I'm on board with it.
And can I also say this, is that I had never been as a patron to a stadium show, a concert at a stadium, like meaning not an arena, meaning like a football stadium, until my daughter and I saw Kendrick Lamar and SZA. This is my second stadium show. I covered them for 99X, but it's going to sound douchey, but you're like, it's not fun, believe me, but you're either in the parking lot or you're backstage. Like, I'd never like consumed a concert from the crowd at a stadium. They suck. It's bad. It's there's no intimacy. It's too hollow. I'm not being a snob. This is just a fact. You can work an arena. For instance, Olivia Rodrigo is a tremendous performer, and she was great, but that seems almost self-explanatory. I'll give you the Tyler, the Creator. So I don't really care about Tyler, the Creator. I don't know anything. I knew Odd Future because I'm old, but I don't know so much about what Tyler, Creator's up to. My daughter loves him. I took her to see him at the Garden. So he has a stage, and the stage had a attachment to it where he could get in the middle of the arena. And he had this living room set up in the middle of the arena where there was a camera on him, and he would go sift through all these records, and then he would pull out one of his records, put it on a turntable, put the needle down, and then perform a song from that album. The record wasn't really playing. And it was great. It was like, wow, you figured out how to work this arena. It feels very intimate. I feel like I'm in the same room as you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Impossible at a stadium. Bruno Mars is no doubt a tremendous performer, but how the hell would I know? I paid $320 a ticket. because if I'm with my daughter, she's 5'5", they had seated, floor seating, and you're 5 rows back. She ain't seeing anything. And then, so we're on the side. I'm pretty close to the stage, but not close enough to see that little guy running around. It's just you're watching a screen. There has to be a level of intimacy in a live art. There has to be, or it's completely lost. And it's got to be very challenging as a performer to know you've lost the audience. There was a portion of the Bruno Mars concert where the audience sat down because it was enough. And then at the end, I told you he did his 2 hits that I knew, the wedding one and the Uptown Funk. And then you could tell he didn't really want to be doing those songs, but the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah.
Then the band leaves. Then the comes down, but he's doing an encore, and it comes up, and it's just him and an electric guitar, and he's performing a song from his new album, and the new album is sitting behind him. Audience leaves during the song.
Wow.
Because they had had enough. It was 2 hours for a stadium. Now, if he does that in Roadrunner, people are leaving. The people will be in their seats 20 minutes after, just praying that he comes back on stage.
Yeah.
But at a stadium, there's not that intimacy. And so people just were over it. They had enough. I've heard about that at Springsteen shows, too. Is that even like super big Springsteen fans at a certain point like tap out because it gets so redundant and you're just part of this sea of people. Very difficult to do. And if you found someone who played a stadium that held your attention for the whole show, you tell me who it was because I'd be very interested to hear. Because I can tell you Kendrick Lamar and SZA didn't do it. I can tell you Bruno Mars didn't do it, and he's a tremendous performer.
Well, next time I stay for a whole show, I'll let you know. But that's...
Hardy's the master of taillights.
Well, that's another thing about Ford Field is that I see the traffic on the streets of Detroit after those shows are over, and I'm like, oh, my God. I mean,
thank God we can just walk to the hotel.
The vehicular homicide, there's a very good chance you're committing vehicular homicide. Because there's 80,000 people leaving a stadium on downtown roads.
Well, you got to be careful.
Yeah, not fun. I would just stick around. I would just go and I don't know what I'd do. So you can walk out of there. I was back to the hotel in 10 minutes once I left the arena. And the Shinola Hotel was a whole situation.
Why was it a whole situation?
It's right on Woodward, big bay windows looking out onto the city.
Windows?
You could see through them. The whole
windows in your hotel room, you cannot hide money.
But you know what? But you could hear street traffic. Starting in the morning, that is well into the night in Detroit.
So you're in the city.
It was amazing. I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
I don't know what you're saying.
The first time I went back to Detroit for a game on Woodward Avenue, which is where I was staying, the Shinola Hotel didn't exist. Transformers, the movie, one of the Transformers movies was being shot downtown. The city shut down Woodward for like 3 months. There was a car.
And it didn't matter.
A fake car embedded into Woodward Avenue.
That's the point, yeah.
So they could shoot in downtown Detroit.
It didn't matter.
It would be like you took Beacon Street in the middle of Back Bay and shut it down for 3 months for the filming of a movie. It was ridiculous. And all of a sudden, there's people walking around like regular folk. It was a whole situation. It never ceases to amaze me. It's like living in a magic trick. It's really insane. And I know no one in the audience can relate or cares, but it's something I have to share because it's so strange. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox had last night off. They open up a 3-game series with the
possibly have missed from the show. It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. And Hardy, how would you like to end the show today, my friend?
With good news for John, 4 new live-action TV shows are in the works over at Peacock. Because, according to The Star, for the last decade, we have realized that the fans have wanted more. They've wanted us to expand the legacy characters, their stories. Talking about the characters and the stories behind the people that have given us Fast and Furious. It's going to be a TV show, Johnny.
Oh, boy. I can't wait.
No,
Those last 2 movies were so good.
I saw the first Fast and Furious, and I got to say, I can only imagine what they've gone on to achieve since that one.
I tapped out at 8. Apparently, they go to space after this. They bring in the guy. Who played Aquaman as Dom's.
No, they do go to space. It became very self-effacing.
They do. They go to space, and
like
I think
very self-aware.
Yeah,
it was like AI turning on itself.
Is it like a Sharknado thing where it's like
Right?
totally goofy?
Look, I saw the first Fast and the Furious. I do call into question their model of enterprise, stealing heavy electronics off the back of trucks to sell at a great discount. I would have to imagine it's very hard to unload 1 million DVD players, and they're taking a really big chance to turn a very little profit.
Right.
I mean, what do you get, 10 grand out
It's
of
all
it?
about the rush. It's the rush. Of
But they're splitting. Let's say 12 grand. They're splitting 12 grand 5 ways.
Yeah.
I mean, you're willing to risk your life for $3,000?
I
mean, there's easy. Just deal heroin.
They live their
There should have been a
lives.
guy that popped up with just a bag of heroin and said, why
don't we just do this?
Yeah, we could sell this fits your sock.
No one risks dying.
And plus, once you sell a DVD player, no one wants the DVD player. Again, you got your DVD player.
Have it go from this, like glitzy action film to Train Spotting.
Exactly. And they get high on their own supply and things like that. But they're pulling over semis, which is a whole venture. Then they open up the semi, and then they have to unload all the goods, which is a whole laborious process. Then they have to take them to who knows where, and then they have to fence them. Like the whole, like for the very first scene, you're like, why are they doing this? This is just so much work. If you're going to do crime, just rob a bank, mug old ladies. What are you pulling over a electronics truck for? I mean, you're pulling guns on people. You might as well just rob people on the street.
I, for one, don't want you to mug old ladies. Fred does. I just want to...
As an alternative to really dangerous stunt driving.
Unless they took your bread from the bakery.
And briefly here, there is a certain SUV that is going up for auction on Thursday, and that would be the one that belonged to Karen Reed. The 2021 Lexus LX 570 will be auctioned on Thursday, and it's going to happen in Woburn. Oh, up in your neck of the woods there, 12. People are saying now these cars retail with a lot more miles at over $60,000. I have no idea that a 2021 Lexus SUV is worth that much. This one only has 12,000 miles on it. People are thinking it could go for just a standard price. As somebody said, it's just a used Lexus with a bad Carfax and worse karma.
But didn't she have some anal stuff going on, like the problem? She just buying it for the seats.
Others are saying...
Hardy lives in Canton, where the Karen Reed trial, all the people were from.
It could fetch a premium. Not.
He was mentioned in the trial, in the transcript.
He was. That's right. Don't forget, you're part of history,
you
big
brought
guy.
it up. But there was a thing that someone was texting another guy about like anal leakage or something. I'm not making that up, right?
Yeah, but that's not where I was mentioned. I was not mentioned as
No. You were mentioned when they were talking about drinking too much. Actually, if you ever worried about advertising on this station,
yeah, that's right.
The advertising, Hardy's endorsements are effective enough that he was used as kind of just like a point in a conversation.
That's right.
That's brand establishment, my friend. We should have used that. Sales, put together a one sheet using the Karen Reed.
Yeah,
trial.
use the clip of them reading the text messages where my name gets mentioned. That's great. All right.
There are people that were super into that trial. I was not one of them.
Have a good time, boys. I also received an alert here that traffic patterns around UMass Amherst will be bad starting tomorrow as
good.
The kids move out and they get closer to commencement. So that's where I will be tomorrow. I'm sure just loading up the things that my daughter has already packed. She'll probably be waiting for me on the curb with that the room all locked up and done for the summer. Nothing to do other than throw the stuff in the back and say, let's go, sweetie.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Danny Roach will be in for Hardy tomorrow. Hardy will be back on Thursday. That will do it for us today. Bye.
Talk to you tomorrow. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Level up your coffee game this spring with Signature Iced Coffee flavor.